Shoobity whoop me, oobity whoop me, oop-a-doo down.
27 just looks wrong as a number, doesn't it? Like a parallelogram that's been clubbed in the face. Or something.
Shoobity whoop me, oobity whoop me, oop-a-doo down.
Leopard Mountain Cableway Vulcan Salute Uppercase Letter City at Dusk Up Triangle Postal Horn Frowning 930 Cheese Wedge 2 Women Skull and Crossbones No Good Gesture Loudspeaker Tears of Joy Bear Up Left Arrow Monkey Tears of Joy Fountain Pen. Didn't realize I had 2 screens on at once. Sub alert was interesting.
Shoobity whoop me, oobity whoop me, oop-a-doo down.
Egg samt ascriptart vibori samster.
It's only a game, so put up a real good fight. I'm gonna be snickering you tonight. I'm playing for my aim, so you better believe I'm right. I'm gonna be snickering you tonight. Big Break!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of Big Break, Royal Flush.
Oh heck, has it been a year already? What do I even say?
Good evening, and welcome to game night on Tuesday the 8th of March. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to Big Break the Quiz. Been a little while since we have seen Big Break the Quiz. A little while, but it's making a bit of a resurgence this evening. Some snooker action. We have got the World Championships on the horizon in the next month or so, possibly. They start in April normally. I think April, May time. Yeah, it's been a little while, but good to be back with the good old is it Captain Sensible who wrote the theme tune? Such a great theme tune to this game. Anyway, I hope you're all well, and very many congratulations to Shapes on winning Only Connect there. Something he's probably gotten used to by now, but congratulations, Shapes. And a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan.
12 months and it now time to pot as many balls as you can cause potting balls is pog time for a big break.
And also with you, Puzzle Dan. Thank you very much for the 12 months, a year of subscription action. Very much appreciated. I hope you're doing well. And also must extend my thanks to Proogs for writing that Only Connect pack right there. Lovely little pack with something for everybody, I think. There's some other subs have come in as well. We had a bit of a hype train pre-stream as well. Shadowmane, oh heck, has it been a year already? What do I even say? That is just fine, Shadowmade, just fine. Thank you very much for the year of subscribing action. I hope you're still enjoying yourself. Great to have you with us. Shapes, saying something in, I can only assume is Icelandic? Is it Icelandic? There's a lot of acute accents, which makes me think it's Icelandic. Thank you very much for the 15 months of subscription there, Shapes. Eg samt askrifar tiviburi samster. Yeah, I got Samster. Oni, thank you very much for those 100 bits. And Samster, thank you very much yourself for the 22-month subscription and all the many emojis that came with them. Mr. Clive as well for the 27-month subscription. Goodness me. 27 just looks wrong as a number, doesn't it? Like a parallelogram that's been clubbed in the face or something. Parallelogram that's been clubbed in the face? I mean, I can, yeah, maybe, I guess. Now I'm just looking at it, I can't see anything else. Poor parallelogram. But I'm very grateful to you for the 27-month subscription, Clive, and I hope you're keeping well. Who have we got this evening? We've got Proogs here before I was. G. Eisens, good evening. Aaron, Adster, Derek, Shapes, Topper, good evening. Colo, P. Fired, Score Count and Clive, Lupine, Cycle Space 2, good evening. Jack, good evening. Innes, good evening. David and AV Me and Oni and Lewis. Good evening to Vision and Ash and Samster and Danny. And Quizzle and Quizface, Raising the Bar, Bitter Otter, Amy, Joe, Theory Again, Ali, and anyone else who is lurking and lingering and loitering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here, and I hope you're looking forward to a good evening of fun, largely exclusively fun tonight. Big break, double red herrings. We got a bit of the arena squeezing into the middle to get a little bit of more serious action along the way, but I'm sure we'll all have a great time. Lovely to have you. Mark, welcome to the stream. Great to see you. You are here. Good. We will be playing the arena heat in between Big Break and Red Herrings. So that'll be coming a bit later on. So we've got some Big Break to look forward to first of all. I'm feeling a little under the weather. It's not appendix under the weather this time, though, I will say. Last time I said I'm a little under the weather. Sort of 4 hours later, I was in A&E. So, no, I've got a bit of a cold. Megs has had one last week. Dylan's got one at the moment as well. So, just in time to get it out of my system just before I go to Iceland on Sunday morning. Although it does mean I'll be ever so slightly under the weather when I go and see QI being filmed tomorrow. So yeah, Mrs. Flush and I are off to London for the day to go and see QI being filmed. And I'm very much looking forward to that. It's Big Break time though. So if you want to play Big Break this evening, and I have done, as I always do with Big Break, Done a few more bits with the database to make it do a thing. But hopefully, again, in line with moving away from the app. Goodness me, that was a fastball. Puzzle Dan, hello. I said hello. I think I said hello to you. I'll say hello to you again because it's just brought your name up there. Welcome on in. I've done some tweaks, and hopefully all of the leaderboard positions and medals and pennies and stuff are all done automatically in the game. Rather than me having to use the app, which makes life much easier. That's the plan, to gradually migrate everything over to doing things automatically, because, yeah, why should you do things that take effort when you don't have to? Anyway, if you want to play Big Break, type in the code. OXVI. Now, remember that this is principally a lobby game with a hot seat game to drive it. That's how I always describe it. So and Charmaine and Congolese Watermelon, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so the hot seat game sort of drives the lobby game, but the medals go out to gold, silver, and bronze in the lobby, and then there's a leaderboard for the player who ends up winning the hot seat as well. Someone move the red ball from behind the red text. Let me see if I can do that. Which one is it? Is it... there's a dot near it. I actually don't know. I think it might be that one. It's not that one. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. Is it... I can't remember where my titles go. Is it that one? Oh God, what have I done? The screen's all gone dark. Is the screen supposed to go dark? Oh no, it's just the shader doing its shader thing. Oh, it's gone now. Well, there we go. That was exciting. I don't know if I did actually manage to move it or not, or if it just moved. Oh no, God, it's still there. Ah, damn. It's OXVI is the code, but there we go. We found it. Right. Come over here, ball. There we go. Oh, I've just missed the cue ball there. Oh well. There we go. We'll drop it into the... No, there are no actual pockets on this table, so they just bounce around indefinitely. I could hit a ball at it if I program the physics a bit better. Oh, can I actually do that? I think have I got a thing on the cue ball that actually lets me hit it? Is there a button? No. Oh, there, it's moving now. Anyway, I think it's just on a coroutine. I haven't got a button on it anymore to automatically hit it, but that's fine. It's out of the way for now. So if you don't want to be in the hot seat, there's no microphone required for this game, but if you don't want to be front and centre of the action tonight, you can just type !exclude, your name will go red and you won't be picked for the hot seat. Yeah, if you do want to go in the hot seat, then just leave it as it is. I'll give you another 30 seconds or so to come join this lobby, and then we'll lock it up. Quiz billiards, yeah, justice for red ball. Where's the cue ball going? Where's Ben dragging at the red ball to? Yes, is the other thing. I hope you enjoyed the Chopin at the beginning. Not the best I've played it, but I'm going to blame the latency. Let's blame that. And yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, I've got a concert next month. First piano recital. First proper piano recital since pre-pandemic. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing some practice this month. And Innes, since you mentioned it in chat the other day. And so on. As for Prokofiev Toccata, it's like being chased by a robot. Yeah, it's much easier to play on this piano because the action is very sort of light. But yeah, I had to do that for as part of a Viva in my MA, and I learned the really hard bit. It's down there. I can't play it anymore, but yeah, it was. Yeah, Prokofiev Toccata, Opus 11. It's a really good piece of music. Prokofiev writes such good piano music, but it's all really bloody hard. Thank you. You're very kind. Right, we're going to... I think we should pick ourselves some hot seat players. So, last chance to exclude or join the lobby if you want to come and play. Order! I don't know if I'm allowed to use that anymore, because apparently the independent report found that he's been accused of bullying today, but he vehemently denies it. And I know he was interviewed on LBC about an hour ago, and I haven't actually listened to it yet. This is John Burko, incidentally, that guy. So I'm going to go listen to the interview before I cast judgment. Apparently it's people holding a grudge from office, so I feel I'm slightly biased because I did quite like John Burko, but... Oh, I'm always listening to LBC, Jack. Always, yeah. Pretty Patel would love it. Yeah, quite. Yes, you see, I didn't have any difficulty in accepting that Priti Patel had been found to be a bully, although apparently that's fine because of reasons. No, I hope not. I hope not. It's only just arrived. I listen to LBC. I listen to James O'Brien quite a lot, Jack, and to be honest, that's really the only thing I listen to on LBC. But yeah, I don't listen to it regularly. To be honest, I normally like complete silence when I'm working. Anyway, let's lock it up and pick ourselves some hot seat players. Oh, okay. Focus on the window, and we'll try that again. Pick some hot seat players. Order! We've got Lupine, Prue, Shapes, and Puzzle Dan. You are our hot seat players this evening. I hope you're ready to play Big Break. You don't care for... I see what you did there, Samster. When I did Parliamentary Studies module for my degree, there was a clerk from the Commons who was not very charitable about John Burko, said he'd never met anybody who more loved the sound of his own voice. To be fair, if I had the vocabulary he's got, I'd probably quite enjoy the sound of my own voice as well. But yes, we've got a pretty stacked set here. Lupine, Prue, Shapes, and Puzzle Dan. It probably is, Clive. I think it probably is a requirement for Parliament. Let's see how you four get on as we go to our first round. And listen carefully, because Past Ben is going to explain the rules of how to play this first round.
Round 1 is called Red Hot. You will be shown 10 questions over 60 seconds, with each question automatically appearing after 6 seconds. Whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. The answer to each question will be 5 or fewer characters long. You may attempt any question at any time, even if the question is no longer displayed on the screen. There's no penalty for wrong answers, and you may re-attempt the question if you give a wrong answer. At the end of the round, the hot seat player with the lowest score will be eliminated from the game. In the event the scores are tied, the player who submitted their most recent answer first takes priority. Good luck.
Bring back Past Ben. Past Ben has gone forever. You can't get him back. There's only present Ben available now and future Ben to look forward to. So it's very simple, following the metric of the Big Break maximum of Red Hot, which is pot as many balls as you can, or in this case, answer as many questions as you can. Key things to take away from there is that the answers to all of the questions will be 5 or fewer characters long. LBC regular. Future Ben's in Iceland, yeah. Present Ben like Santa, a bit like that. All the answers will be 5 or fewer characters long, and you may answer whether you're in the hot seat or the lobby. You may answer questions even if they're no longer displayed in this round. If you suddenly have a brainwave and remember what the answer is to question 2 and question 6 is on the board, it will still count. But obviously not repeats. So that's about it. The game will begin when I do the countdown in the chat, so keep your eye on that, because I still haven't got an automated countdown on there. Should probably implement one. Anyway, best of luck to you all. We'll play Red Hot, and we'll start off when you next strike the cue ball, which will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Tin tuna is often sold in what saltwater substance? The musical interval from C to G is a perfect what? The American Standard Code for Information Interchange is commonly known as what? What 90s schoolyard game was played with slammers? A golf club is generally either an iron or a what? After 40 days at sea, which bird did Noah send out from the ark first? What is the first name of the actress who plays the bride in Kill Bill? What is the state capital of Delaware? What bee describes a food with little flavour or seasoning? Perry, Leanne and Jade make up the pop group Little What? Time for this if you're quick. Oni and Quizzle score 10! Oh, very high scoring game there. Very high scoring there. We've got 3 players on 8 in the hot seat. Puzzle Dan just not able to keep up there, managing to get 4. And in this game, points equal pennies at the end. Of course, Puzzle Dan, you will be able to continue from the lobby game. You will be in there. So do continue playing. Let's just take a look at some of these lobby scores. Congolese Watermelon not managing to find any GIs. He's got 2. Raising the Bar, Bitter Otter and Ali Law all getting 3. Topper, Shadowmane, Puzzle Dan and Colo all managing to get 4. Amy, Jack, Danny and Cycle Space clocking up 5. Quizface managing to get a 6. Clive, Vision, Aaron, AB Me managing a 7. Shapes, Lupine, Prugs all getting an 8. A Samster, a P-Fired, a Toot, a Mark, an Innis and a David getting 9, but it's Oni and Quizzle who managed to pick up 10. Very well played, 10 for 10. Let's check out the answers. Tin Tuna is often sold in what saltwater substance? That is brine, B-R-I-N-E, brine. The musical interval from C to G is a perfect what? It's a perfect fifth. Perfect fifth. The American Standard Code for Information Interchange is commonly known as what? It's ASCII. It's the acronym ASCII. I don't know if you got that. What 90s schoolyard game was played with slammers or keenies? It's POGs. Pog. There we go. A golf club is generally either an iron or a wood, generally speaking. You also get wedges and things, but yeah, wood is what we're after. After 40 days at sea, which bird did Noah send out from the ark? First, it was a raven, which just went round in circles, so we then sent out a dove. What is the first name of the actress who plays the bride in Kill Bill? It's Uma Thurman. Question number 8. What is the state capital of Delaware? I didn't know this one. I had to look it up. It was Dover. Dover is the state capital of Delaware. What B describes a food with little flavour or seasoning? That's not brine. That one's bland. Second foodie word beginning with B. And question 10. Perry, Leanne and Jade make up the pot group Little Mix. A Little Mix is what we find there. So, at the end of that quickfire first round, it's Lupine, Prugs and Shapes. We're going to go on to round 2. Puzzle Down, unfortunately, we have to lose you. But like I say, do continue playing from the lobby to earn as many pennies as you can. Points equal pennies in this game. Let's go on to round number 2. Una, no. Maybe thinking of Una Stubbs, who I think died last year. She played Mrs. What's her name? Mrs. Hudson. Is it Mrs. Hudson? Mrs. Hudson in Sherlock. It is Mrs. Hudson. I had a complete mind blank for a minute there. So much so that I dropped an F-bomb quite early on stream. Anyway, you'll get 8 points, but I think you've been ordered by time there. So Lupine is going to be playing Pocket Money first, Prug second, Shapes third. I will add that if you're not the focus player, because you play this round one at a time, hot seat players, if you're not the focus player, do continue answering points as though you're playing in the lobby, because you still get points and pennies, and it could be a tiebreaker at the end. Here is Past Ben to explain Pocket Money.
Round 2 is called Pocket Money. Each hot seat player has 90 seconds to earn as many points as possible. Answers should be whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot. Gameplay starts with a potluck question worth 1 point. If the hot seat player answers correctly, they pick a colour by whispering a number from 2 to 7 to the bot. The new question will be worth that many points and be from the category indicated on the colour board. Categories are shuffled after each attempted colour. If the hot seat player answers incorrectly, they get a new potluck question worth 1 point. Play continues with the hot seat player picking a colour after each successful red until the timer runs out. Lobby players may attempt any question at any time, even after the question is no longer displayed on the screen. The current hot seat player may only attempt the current question. The rival hot seat players may answer along as though they are playing in the lobby game. At the end of the round, the hot seat player with the lowest score will be eliminated from the game. In the event the scores are tied, the hot seat player with the higher overall score takes priority. Good luck.
Okay, so those are the rules from Past Ben. And yes, Past Ben has had some treatment in Audacity, so he's got equalisation and all sorts of other things going on there, which is why he's got better audio quality and possibly a little bit quieter. Yes, answers are now any length. There might be variations, and as before, if you're playing in the lobby, you can answer any question even if it is no longer displayed on the screen. Because this is driven by the hot seat player who will pick the next question. You've got to whisper a number after you've potted your red to choose your category, and you'll get points equal to that. The categories are shuffled so that not everyone just goes, if you're strong at cinema, you just have a really easy time, just go for screen all the time. So the categories are shuffled. You might want to pick a category that you think you're going to be best at for the most points that you think you're going to get. And at the end of the round, the player with the lowest score in the hot seat will be eliminated. So there'll be 3 rounds of this, 90 seconds each. And Lupine would ask you to make your break. And the time will start for you, Lupine, the next time you strike the cue ball, which will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Which character in the X-Men universe has been played on film by Ian McKellen? There's a red down. Pick a colour, Lupine. Sports for 7. In snooker, how many balls are on the table when the first shot is taken? And there's the black potted. What is the capital city of the Ukraine? Sorry, that's out of date. It should just be Ukraine. There's a red potted. Next question. Who directed the film Braveheart? On screen here. There's a black down. You're up to 16. The Fosbury flop is a technique applied in which athletic event? I can't help but feel I've seen this question before. Maybe a repeat. But we misread all the same. What colour is Viridian? Another potluck question. There's a red down. Pick a colour for us. On screen, who played Fitzwilliam Darcy in a 1995 TV series and Mark Darcy in a series of 3 films? Miss Black. Shakespeare is sometimes known as the Bard of where? There's a red down. Pick a colour. Go for people. Who was TV's Crocodile Hunter? There's a black potted. You're up to 25. Generally, what colour are duck-billed platypuses? There's a red potted. Time for a couple more if you're quick. On to screen. What musical instrument does Lisa Simpson play? There's a black potted, up to 33. Which speedy tea clipper can be visited at the Royal Museum's Greenwich, London? Time if you're quick. There's a red down. Time for a colour. Lupine scores 34. Well played there, Lupine. Just not getting around to that King Lear question. It may be recycled. It may give us the answer. Think you benefited from a glitch? Oh, a glitchiness. Tell me about the glitch. Tell me about the glitch. I look forward to hearing about your glitch, sir. Not quite sure what the glitch might have been. But tell me about it in a minute. Apologies for the question that was phrased, the Ukraine. Obviously, as the situation in Russia and Ukraine develops, I'm learning more about that region of the world, and now understand that the Ukraine is like calling it the England, and it's sort of hanging on to the Soviet days. So, yes, it should just be Ukraine, so apologies for that. It's a message, but my score should probably not be taken too seriously. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think there are any bugs in here, but do let me know about it anyway. Let's go through those answers. Which character in the X-Men universe has been played on film by Ian McKellen? That was Magneto. In snooker, how many balls are on the table when the first shot is taken? It's 22. 22 is what we needed there. The capital city of Ukraine, I'm hoping that we all know this at the moment, is Kiev. That was, I don't know which spelling was accepted if either of them were. I guess we'll find out. Who directed the film Braveheart? That was Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson directing Braveheart. Fosbury flop is a technique applied in which athletic event? That's the high jump. High jump. Next question. What colour is Viridian? Is it red? No, it's green. Well, I didn't know that. Viridian green. Who played Fitzwilliam Darcy in a 1995 TV series? It was Colin Firth. Colin Firth. Shakespeare is sometimes known as the Bard of Avon. The Bard of Avon. Well done if you got that one. Who was TV's Crocodile Hunter? It was Steve Irwin, the late great Steve Irwin. Should be shaped, should be. Generally, what colour are duck-billed platypuses? They are brown. Brown animals. What musical instrument does Lisa Simpson play? She plays the saxophone. And question 12, the last full question we saw, which speedy tea clipper can be visited at the Royal Museum's Greenwich, London? It's the Cutty Sark. Did we get to question 13? It is going to show us in the 17th century theatre which dramatist wrote King Lear. It was, of course, William Shakespeare. Did it not condone Kiev? That's really upsetting if it's not done that. It's because it's short. It's because it's a short answer. It wouldn't get through the spell checker. Oh, hang on. No, Kiev is a valid answer. K-Y-I-V. That is a valid answer, so that must have been accepted, so that's all good. No, it did accept it. So that's fine. Good. I feel happy about that. Right. Prugs is going to make his break over in the lobby game. Quick whip down these scores. Innes has got 57, but he's sort of excluding himself somewhat for reasons that will become clear later on. I don't think there are too many bugs in the game, if any, so... yeah, interested to hear what that might be. Quizl on 52, Two in Shapes on 50, Mark 44, DVD Smith 43, Clive 42, Prugs 42, Lupine 42, and Aaron on 40. Those are our top 10. I'll just whip down to see the other half of the board. Vision Jack, Danny, Odie, Topper, Samster, Quizface, Psychospace, ABME, Amy, Cola, P5, Shadowmate, Raisin the Bar, Puzzle Down, Ali Law, Bitter Otter, G. Isaacs, and Congolese Watermelon. 29 players in. Good number. So, Lupine, you can continue answering in this to get your points up in the lobby game. But Prugs, it's over to you for the hot seat. I'll ask you to make your break, and the time will start the next time you strike the cue ball in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Ben Schwartz provided the voice for which animated character in a 2020 film? Misread. Double misread. Arc-en-ciel is the French term for which weather phenomenon? There's a red potted. Pick a colour. In which year was the original Live Aid concert? There's a blue pottage. You're up to 6. Who wrote the music for West Side Story? Misread. In theatre terminology, FOH stands for what? I should hope you get this one, Prudes. As a bit of a theatre bod, there's a red down, pick a colour. Cappadocia was a Roman province found in which modern-day country? Places for 7. Miss Black. On which part of the body are plimsolls worn? There's a red down, we're up to 8, pick a colour. What type of ancient monument consists of a stone lying across 2 or more supporting stones? Miss Black. What military title is possessed by one of the characters in the board game Cluedo? There's a red potted. Pick a colour for us. And for music, what is the largest bowed instrument in the string family? There's a brown down. You're up to 13. Time if you're quick. What is the title of Peter Schaeffer's play about Mozart? Or possibly Schaffer. There's a red potted. 14. Got time for a colour? No! Prude scores 14! Well, Quizzle now taking the lead, but it's very tight at the top. 74, 73, 71. Shape 65, David 60, Lupine 57, Mark 56, Prude 56, Samson 56, Aaron 55. Just go to the top 10 for now. Let's take a look at those answers. Oh, you're entering numbers when you shouldn't have. Possibly. Possibly. That might have been what the actual question was. Not bad, 14. Let's take a look at the answers. Ben Schwartz provided the voice. I think it was Sonic the Hedgehog. It was Sonic the Hedgehog. Well done if you got that one. Which Robot Wars house robot originally had a chainsaw tail? If you did manage to see this question, it was Matilda. Matilda did fly by pretty quick. Arc-en-ciel is the French term for which weather phenomenon? It's a rainbow. Arc-en-ciel. Bow of rain, presumably. Which year was the original Live Aid concert? It was 1985. 85, the year after Do They Know It's Christmas. Who wrote the music for West Side Story? That was Leonard Bernstein. Bernie, good old Bernie. Question 6. In theatre terminology, FOH stands for what? It's front of house. Nice. Cappadocia was a Roman province found in which modern-day country? That was Turkey. Turkey is what we're after there. On which part of the body are plimsolls worn? They are worn on the feet. Yeah, plimsolls on the feet. What type of ancient monument consists of a stone lying across 2 or more supporting stones? It's a dolmen. Well done if you got that. Trickier question. What military title is possessed by one of the characters in the board game Cluedo? It's Colonel, as in mustard. Colonel Mustard. Largest bowed instrument in the string family on music was the double bass. Double bass is what we wanted. What is the title of Peter Schaffer's play about Mozart? It is, of course, Amadeus. Well done, Prudes. 14 points on the board. Not guaranteed safely into the final yet. We have to wait and see what Shapes does. Shapes, if you get more than 14, you're guaranteed through to the final. If you tie on 14, as it stands at the moment, Shapes, you are ahead. But all of that could change because Prudes can, of course, answer these questions as well. Shapes, I'd like to ask you to make your break, and the time will start the next time you strike the cue ball, which is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. What substance is applied to the tip of a snooker cue to aid friction? There's a red down. Pick a colour. Who was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in 1991? There's a black down. Up to 8. What creatures would you expect to find in a formicary? And a red down. You're up to 9. Which page 3 model had 1986 #1 hits in 17 countries with Touch Me? And that's a place in the final. What colour was Bruce Springsteen's Cadillac in 1984? Misread. In which city would you find the statue Christ the Redeemer? Minute left. And there's a red down. Pick a colour. On to people. Which novelist was presented the Booker Prize in 1986 for The Old Devils? Miss Black. Who drummed for Nirvana and founded the Foo Fighters? There's a red down. Pick a question. Which London building is sometimes known as the Old Lady of Threadneedle Street? And a black down. 25. Who composed the opera Carmen? Up to 26. Which naval commander was honoured with a monument in Trafalgar Square, London? And the black down up to 33. This to tie with Lupine. Which of the traditional colours of the rainbow begins with the letter I? You're tied with Lupine. 20 seconds. Pick a colour. Which country hosts 4 separate circuits on the standard MotoGP calendar? Miss Black. What word can mean both a design applied to skin and a military drum signal? There's a red pottage. Up to 35. Time for this if you're quick. The Murray River is the longest river in which country? There's a black potted. 42. The Balkan Peninsula is... We Like Shape scores 42! Okay, what is this glitch that is happening? 42, I think, is the highest hot seat score that we have seen here. Has Innes typed it up in somewhere, or is he going to DM me? Could someone explain this to me? Because, yeah, that's quite a big jump that Toot's got. He's really good at snooker. The glitch is being really good at trivia and knowing all the answers. Could be. Yeah, Innes, if you DM me, because I'm quite curious as to what this could possibly be. 4 snooker tables at once. Yeah. I will read Innes's DM with great curiosity. Yes. You can do that, Innes. I wasn't going to publicly say that in the hope that it would just not be avoided, but now it has been rumbled. I should probably do something about that. It does sort of imply that you're slightly cheesing the game, unless you're doing both in a view to try and see one of them might be accepted and one of them might not be. Possibly. So it stumbled onto the idea that actually, and it because it doesn't apply to the final, so I don't mind telling you here, that if there are multiple answers available for each question, you can type either of them. That's certainly what Innes is saying. And as Tooth is saying, I typed Sam Fox, Samantha Fox, and Fox, and has probably taken multiple answers. And I recognise that there's maybe a necessity to do that if you can't see, or it's not really clear if you're getting points immediately because it's so quickfire. Hello, Jimmy Cato, welcome to the stream. So I do understand that there is a need to do that, and it's not necessarily just cheesing the game. But now that that's been established, I need to add in a fix to that. To be honest, I thought I had. I thought that was already fixed. There should just be a Boolean list in the player panel. I will add that in because it does allow players to cheese. It's because I've never mentioned it before, Samson, for this exact reason, because I knew that if you get multiple answers for stuff, you can get condoned several times. Yeah. Okay. We'll put a pin in that because I don't think it applies in the last round. Prudes, very sadly, we do have to say goodbye to you here. Okay. You seem to have an excuse, yes. Prudes, we have to say goodbye, but thank you very much for playing. We are going to go to the final round. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go through the answers. Substance is applied to a snooker to aid friction. That's chalk. Of course it's chalk. Who's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in 1991? That was, of course, Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner. Which creature would you expect to find in a formicary? That's ants. You get ants in a formicary. Which page 3 model had a 1986 #1 hit in 17 countries with Touch Me? That was Samantha Fox, the aforementioned Samantha Fox. What colour was Bruce Springsteen's Cadillac in 1984? It was pink. Pink was the answer. Which city would you find the statue of Christ Redeemer? I think it's in Rio, isn't it? Yes, Rio de Janeiro. What we wanted there. Which novelist was presented the Book Prize in 1986 for The Old Devils? It was Kingsley Amis. Tricky one there, if you got that. Who drummed for Nirvana and founded the Foo Fighters? Grohl, Dave Grohl, founding the Foo Fighters. Which London building is sometimes known as the Old Lady of Threadneedle Street? It's the Bank of England. Well done if you got that one. Who composed the opera Carmen? Georges Bizet was the answer to that. Which naval commander was honoured with a monument in Trafalgar Square, London? That was Admiral Horatio Nelson. I think Nelson probably acceptable on its own. Which is the traditional colours of the rainbow begins with the letter I? Indigo, I believe. Indigo. And what's that? Is this the last one? Which country hosts 4 separate circuits on the standard MotoGP calendar? It's Spain. Spain. And what word can mean both a design applied to skin and a military drum signal? It's a tattoo. I think that was the last one. No, the Murray River is the longest river in which country? It's Australia. Australia is what we wanted. And the Balkan Peninsula, this was the last one, is a geographical region of which continent? It's in Europe. And that is going to be the end of the round. Shapes and Lupine, you're going to progress to the final proofs. Very sadly, we have to say goodbye, but thank you very much for playing. As to players in the lobby, these are your scores as they stand at the moment. Just very quickly whizzing through them. Points will equal pennies in this game, and I will fix that potential cheating issue before we play next time. Toot currently in the lead with 151. It's time for the final round. It is make or break. We're going to have a proper game of snooker, or snooker sixes in this case. And here's past Ben to explain the rules.
Round 3 is called make or break. The The 2 remaining hot seat players must earn as many points as possible before the table is cleared. Answers should be whispered to Persephone's Twitchbot. The player who scored highest in the previous round starts in control of the table. They'll be shown a potluck question worth 1 point. If they answer correctly within 10 seconds, they get to choose a colour to pot by whispering a number from 2 to 7 to the bot. If potted, this colour will be replaced. As before, categories are shuffled after each attempted colour. Play alternates between reds and colours until no reds remain on the table, after which the colours are cleared in the traditional snooker order. If the controlling player gets a question wrong at any point, control of the table passes to their opponent. If both players miss the same red or one of the final colours, that ball is removed from the table. Lobby players may only attempt the currently displayed question. The rival hot seat player may answer along as though they are playing in the lobby game. Play continues until the table has been cleared, with the highest scoring player being declared the winner. In the event of a tie, the black is respotted and replayed until somebody pots it. Good luck.
Okay, so this is the only round where you can only answer the questions on the screen. It's 12 seconds rather than 10 seconds. One day we'll re-record that tutorial. So, shapes, I'd ask you to make your break. You're 75 ahead. 75 remaining, 0 ahead, and it's head-to-head Shapes versus Lupine. Shapes, I believe, already has 2 positions on the Big Break leaderboard. He's going to be angling for a third tonight, but stiff competition from Lupine. Good luck to you all. Here comes question number 1. It's potluck. Lonesome George, who died in 2012, was what type of creature? Giant tortoise. Would have accepted tortoise, yes. Turtle is not accepted, but tortoise is accepted. Turtle is a different animal. Tortoises live on land, turtles generally live in the sea. So tortoise is the right answer. And there's a red down. Shapes. Pick a colour. And again, the categories will be shuffled until we get to the final clearance. We're going for places for 7 points. Have a look at this. What is the body of water that separates the Isle of Wight from England? Seeing all the players saying English Channel, that's what I thought as well, but it's the Solent, which is what Shapes has gone for. You're up to 8 points. Black potted, time for another potluck question. 67 remaining, here it is. What colour is the Mr. Man, Mr. Happy? He's yellow, so he is a big yellow happy man. And that's the right answer, Shapes. You're up to 9. Lupine just sat idly twiddling his thumbs at the moment. Pick a colour, Shapes. We are going to go for music. Another 7 points if you get this. Here it is. Which 2 body parts took Joel Corry and MNEK to UK number 1 in June 2020? Head and heart is what we were after there. Ampersand or not. Head and heart is what you've gone for, Shapes. That's another 7 points. Lupine also getting that one in the lobby game, but not in control of the table. Shapes, you up to 16. Here's another potluck question with 4 reds remaining. Have a look. In his 2003 novel, Lionel Shriver suggests that we need to talk about whom? Also a film, I believe, starring Tilda Swinton. Which is a very difficult film, I would say. Kevin, we need to talk about Kevin, was the answer. And that's what you said, Shapes, so that's going to be another point. Up to 17. 3 reds left, but you need to pick a colour next. What are you going for? Going for music, let's take a look. Which band were the subject of a 2021 Edgar Wright film? Sparks was the answer. Is that what Shapes gave? Yes, you went for Sparks. A lot of people saying the Beatles there. Not sure if it's perhaps being mixed up with the Richard Curtis film, where someone goes back in time and invents, well, no one's heard of the Beatles, so he rewrites all the Beatles stuff. Pretty sure that was a Richard Curtis film. Shapes up to 24, and it's time for another red question. Half the reds have gone. Here's your next. The Foundation series, recently adapted for television, was written by whom? Isaac Asimov, from whom we get the 3 laws of robotics. Ian M. Banks is not the right answer. That is going to be misread. And Lupine, you're in control of the table. Here's another potluck question. If you miss this red, Lupine, then we will lose that red from the table. But this question's for you. Good luck. In the children's series Rainbow, what is the name of the puppet that has a zipper for his mouth? It is Zippy. Say what you see. And that's exactly what you've done, Lupine. You got first point on the board. 24 behind, 51 remaining. What's going next? Sticking with the strategy of hitting the black and not really paying attention to the categories, so we're going to go for people. Well, you might be paying attention to the categories, but it's been red, black so far. Let's take a look at the people question. 1979, Stephen Hawking was appointed a professor of mathematics at which English university? Cambridge, not Oxford. Seemed to split the lobby between Oxford and Cambridge there. Lupine said Cambridge, that's the right answer. You're up to 8 points. Chasing down Shapes. Onto the red question, 16 behind, 43 remaining. Still a good chance to catch up here. Here's another potluck question. In horseshoe pitching, a horseshoe that entirely circles the stake is called a what? It's a ringer. Quiz was saying good horseshoe. Not the answer. Oh, a looper. Do I overrule that? I don't think I do. But I'm just going to check. See if that is a generally accepted term. Doesn't look like it is. Yeah, it's definitely very much so a ringer, so I'm afraid I can't accept that, Lupine. You lose control. And it's coming back to Shapes now for another chance at a red question and to regain the advantage or re-cement the advantage. Here's a potluck question. In which city did Lady Godiva supposedly bear all? Coventry was the answer. And that's what you've said. Only one red left. You've got to take out a colour before you take on the red. You're up to 25. 16 ahead, 43 remaining. Where are you going, Shapes? Going for places, not going for the screen question. Going for a pink, tactical pink this time for 6 points. Have a look. Which city in the West Midlands has a clock tower known locally as Big Brum? It is, of course, Birmingham, which is what you've said there, Shapes. Nicely done. Up to 31. Not a cat. Welcome to the stream. So, for the clearance of the final red, Shapes on 31, Lupine on 8, 23 ahead, 35 remaining. Here is your next potluck question. Which American football team are nicknamed the Birds, the Eagles, and Gang Green? Philadelphia Eagles, or Eagles on its own, was also accepted. Green Bay Packers, however, is not a valid answer, I'm afraid, Shapes. That is a misread. That's a crucial point of the game. Control passes back to Lupine. Another chance to clear this red, Lupine. Here's your question. How many protons are in a helium nucleus? Sorry. With apologies to everyone who said 2 in the chat, that's an answer that has been separated with a comma, with a full stop rather than a comma, which means you need to put 2.2. No one said 2.2 then. No, apparently not. What were you thinking? Lots of people did say 2. I'm very sorry, but you're not going to get that point if you said 2 there. So huge apologies. Let me make it up for you by giving you some sorry pennies. Sorry 74. There you go. Say sorry 74 to the bot, and the console is going to whinge at me. It says, wait for the question to start. Hello, DMC and Dogfish, welcome to the stream as well. Those are my sorry pennies to make up for the point that you just lost. I am, however, going to condone Lupine, who has given me the right answer. 2 was the correct answer. I'm going to stop the sorry bonus in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Latency pause? There we go. Right, I'm going to condone that, Lupine, for you. And you're up to 9 points. You need to pot a colour before you go for the yellow. So we go for a black first on sports for 7 points. 22 behind, 34 remaining. Could be a close game. Question on sports, here it is. The standard athletics track circuit at the Olympic Games measures how many metres? .400 or some variation thereon is the answer we're after. That's what you've said, Lupine. That's 7 points in the bag. And now it's the clearance time. So, 27 remaining. You're 15 behind. which means I think you need as far as the pink. Pink would put you 6 ahead with 7 remaining. No, you need to clear. Lupine, you do need to clear in order to guarantee winning. Good luck. Here's a question on music. No, 400.400. No, it's not that. Here's a music question. Who was the lead singer of Australian band In Excess? Michael Hutchence was the answer. Well, I don't know. I didn't have a clue on that. Lupine passing on that one. That's Miss Yellow. And it's back to Shapes, who is now 15 ahead with 27 remaining. I can't do the maths to work out what you're going to need to guarantee win here, Shapes. But Yellow question, here it comes. What dance did Men Without Hats sing of in a 1982 single? It was a safety dance, apparently. Which is what you've said, Shapes. That's another 2 points, and there goes the yellow. Moving on to the green, 17 ahead, 25 remaining. Here is a green question on People. Which American folk hero was customarily accompanied by Babe the Blue Ox? Paul Bunyan is what we're after. Bunyan on its own would have sufficed. Uncle Sam is not the right answer. I'm just going to check something, just for my own curiosity. A lot of people saying Paul Revere, who is, as far as I can tell, not the same person. So that's not going to fly. Uncle Sam, also not the right answer, Shapes. So I'm afraid that is Miss Green. Lupine, you are back in control. Another green question on People. Here it is. Which Wheel of Fortune regular does a nice job with the letters? Vanna White was the answer. Vanna White is what you've said. Another 3 points. Onto the brown. 14 behind, 22 remaining. Very close game. On places, here we go. Pristina is the capital of which partially recognised European state? Kosovo was the answer. Kosovo. And that's what you've said. Nicely done. Now trail by 10. 18 remaining. This is a very, very close game. I still can't do the maths. If you get blue and pink, you'll go ahead, but the black would still put Shapes in front. So clearance is still needed. Blue question on the pass for 5 points. Have a look at this. Which fruit was the star of French chef Auguste Escoffier's dessert inspired by Nellie Melba? It's the peach, from where we get the peach, Melba. Oh, Lupine's gone raspberry. No, not the right answer. A couple of people are saying raspberry in the chat, but peach is what we're after. Shadowmay saying peach, Melba. Not accepted that, unfortunately, because it was specifically after a fruit, and the peach is the fruit there. So that is a Miss Blue right there. Shapes, back to you, and it's blue and pink needed, I think, at this point for victory. Here is a blue question. Take a look. What was Amelia Earhart's occupation post-war before she became an aviator? She was a social worker. No one in the chat getting that one. Shapes going for doctor. Also the wrong answer. That is Miss Blue. And that is 2 blues gone, which means... Lupine, you're 10 behind with 13 remaining. You've got another chance back into this game here. 10, trailing by 10, 13 available. Good luck. Here's a pink question on screen. Which South Korean movie received a US adaptation directed by Spike Lee in 2013? Oh boy is what we're after there. And you've said, pass, Miss Pink. It comes back to Shapes, who needs this pink to win the game. Pink question for you, Shapes. Again on screen. Good luck. Here it is. In the 1953 film The Wild One, which actor plays the leader of the motorcycle gang called the Black Rebels? Marlon Brando is what we wanted. And you've gone Steve McQueen. It's not the right answer. That is Miss Pink. which takes the pink off the table, which means Lupine cannot catch at this stage, so it is going to be GG to Shapes, but it could be the difference between a 3-point lead or a 17-point lead. Best of luck. Here is the black question on sports. Which NFL team's logo consists of a single navy blue star? The Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys also accepted. And that's what you've gone for, Lupine. It's the right answer. Parting the black, but not enough balls. Snooker's required at that point, and unfortunately we couldn't quite get there. And it is going to be victory to We Like Shapes. And at the end of that match, Lupine finishes with 30, a very valiant effort. But our winner is We Like Shapes on 33. That will be your third entry onto the leaderboard, Shapes. I don't think it's quite surpassing our top spot on the leaderboard, which I believe belongs to Oni, if memory serves. Yes, only with 43, but Shapes, that will put you into second place with 33, and you're also in third place with 32, and Oni will then be also in fourth place with 31, with Samster in fifth with 30, adds to 29, Aaron 28, Shapes again on 27, Clive 23, and Johnny Jump 15. It's the leaderboard as it stands. Oni still has the leaderboard for now. Can anyone take it off? And we'll have to find out. Probably need to see. I think we're playing this again this season. I think we're playing this once more this season. Over in the lobby game, let's go through your scores from the bottom end. We have got Congolese Watermelon, I'm assuming, went AFK. Puzzle Dan on 15. G. Eisens on 20. Bitter Otter 33. Amy 38. Shadowmain and Ali Law on 51. Raising the Bar on 52. P. Fired on 55. Danny Gambit 71. AB Me 83. Cycle Space 92. Quizface 93. Jack 94. Clive 97. Topper 104. Colo 106, Vision 109, Prugs 119, into the top 10, David on 127, Aaron 133, Oni 136, Innis 139, Samster 145, Lupine finishing in fifth place on 15. Sorry, Samster on 145, Lupine 151, Mark 157. As well as the hot seat victory, the bronze medal with 165 goes to Shapes. The silver medal with 171 goes to Quizzle. But our winner, once again, the gold medal, 208, goes to Now Cut That Out. Very well played, Toot. And well played, everybody. Those points will be converted into pennies and added to your total. And hopefully the medals and the leaderboard thing will all be created automatically. We'll find out when the credits roll. Hope you enjoyed that. I think Big Break is going to be coming back again. I will look into the bugs where multiple answers of the same with variations are accepted. Yeah, it's a bug rather than... I know it's not people trying to cheese the game. That would not be in the spirit of what we do. But it is a thing I need to do. I've got an idea for how I would do it insofar as I just create a Boolean array, and if you answer an answer of that, you cannot submit that answer again. To be honest, I thought I'd already done it, but I've either not done it properly or I had the idea but then didn't follow through with it. So either way. Good. Right. Well, it's 9:10. Nice quick game of Big Break to get us going. We are going to take a very short break there, and when we come back, we are going to be jumping into the future to day 5 of the arena. Well, I know we've not finished day 4 of the tournament yet, but due to reasons, specifically me being on a plane this next Thursday when the arena would normally air, I'm not likely to get back to about 1-2 in the morning on Friday morning. We are going to be having to make up those heats elsewhere, those two Thursday heats from next week. So one of them is tonight, and one of them is the Saturday after we get back from Iceland. So jumping into the future a little bit with the arena, and look forward to welcoming our players in with a pack written by Riff Raccoon. And I've just remembered there was one question I needed to tweak, and I was waiting for Riff to come back to me, and he hasn't done so I will make that tweak myself. So give me 5 minutes just to sort this out. And if you're playing in the arena audience game in hoping for a chance in the audience playoff, then make sure you stick around for it. Stay right there. Thank you for playing Big Break, and we'll be back very, very soon.
It's only a game, so put up a real good fight. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight. I'm playing for my aim, so you better believe I'm right. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight. Snookering you tonight. Big Break!
And don't go away, because after the break, more high-pressure action from the arena as the heats continue. You'll be mad to miss it. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to part 2 of Game Night, where it is time for the first of the Day 5 heats. Before we finish the Day 4 heats, for reasons that I explained just before the break, Cetra and BC, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Hope you're keeping well. And this is a game that's going to focus on our 4 hot seat players. But if you're not in the tournament and you are wanting to play along in the wings, then once data is finished loading into the game, you will be able to join by typing it in the code. Which is not displayed to me at this end, apparently. Come on, data. Hurry up. You'd think it would do all this during the opening titles. I think it's supposed to. There we go. SNJZ. Come on in if you want to play. Loading. Yeah, the code is loading. As a reminder, you won't be able to join this lobby if you're a hot seat player or if you're in the tournament, because this is only for players who are not in the final 16, for those looking for a second chance saloon into the final. And note some issues arising being mentioned there. Thank you for noting that, Colo. Very grateful. Okay. We'll give you a few seconds to come and join. Checking in with a few things. Apparently Discord crashed while I was having dinner, which is apparently a thing. But seems to be all working for me now, which is lovely. Shoo. 30 seconds. My mind's gone loading. Oh, well, it was in Discord, was it? So right, nice. Right, just a few more seconds. And then we'll log it up. Oh, a Twitter notification. My inherent value as a human being just went up. Who's that? Oh, I've got to put another picture on my tweet thread. So if anyone does Twitters, I posted something earlier on that said, I think it was last night actually, for every like, I will post an image from my camera roll with no explanation. So if you want to go and follow me on Twitter, and if you want to go and like that, if you're a Twitter user, you can go and give that a like, and you'll get some more images from my camera roll. I've got to post one after the stream. Very aware of that. So, BC, ABME, DVD Smith. Just type the code again, not a cat if you want to leave. BC, ABME, DVD Smith, etc. Not a cat who may or may not be about to leave. P5, Shadowmane, DMC, Jack Wilfred, raising the bar, as Psychospace, Ali, law. Now cut that out. This is a pack by Riff Quizzle, Riff Raccoon, proof by me earlier on. I've changed one of the questions. Oh, here come all the Twitter notifications. All right, I'll check those later on, so look forward to that. Okay, Quizzle's come to play. I'll give it till the end of this sting, which is nearly upon us. Okay, time to begin. Let's bring this game to order! And we'll play the arena. So our audience players have all arrived. Ready for the main event. Yeah, it seems to be quite a few lurkers tonight, although bear in mind players who are in the tournament P5 can't play in the lobby. So yeah, that immediately rules out 16 players who might all be watching, who won't be able to play. So the audience game is strictly for people who aren't in the tournament part of the game. Fair enough, Quizzle. Here comes the smoke as our hot seat players emerge, coughing and spluttering from the depths of the arena studio. Quizface, Aaron, Colo, and Mark. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the arena. And as is now becoming tradition, I'm just going to pop to BRB for a minute because once again I forgot to copy over the tab with all the data on it, which I'm going to need in order to have a very quick glance over what is going on in Scoreland at the moment. So, bearing in mind this is day 5, so take this with a slight grain of salt. As it stands at the moment, Mark is in 3rd, Colo is in 6th, Aaron is in 7th, Quizface in 16th. Quizface with the most amount of work to do here. But this is a day 5 heat, and I can say Colo and Mark have got another heat to play after this. For Quizface and Aaron, they have already played their day 4 heat. So for Quizface and Aaron, this is their final heat, their final chance to get some points on the board, whereas Colo and Mark have got their day 4 heat still to come. The conclusion of the day 4 heats will be this Thursday, the 10th of March, I will add, and that is going to be between Colo, Dogfish, Derek and Riff, and then Shapes, Claire, Sapster and Riff. Riff had some problems with dates, but he's conceded that he's very happy to do 2 of his main heats back to back. So that's okay. So Riff will be doing both heats this coming Thursday, and that will leave the last of the day 4 heats, which are going to be doing the catch up on Saturday the 19th of March. That's a week on Saturday after I get back from Reykjavik, and then there are 2 more heats, heat 19 and 20. The last 2 of day 5 on the 24th of March between Lupine, Anonoman, Dogfish and Innis, and then Proogs, Oni, Topper and Derek. So still quite a lot to get through, but for 2 players tonight, this is going to be their final heat. Hopefully that is all reasonably clear, and thank you to players for their forbearance in changing the schedule around. It's me off gallivanting around Iceland for a few days has slightly displaced the schedule, and I slightly forgot about it when I first wrote it, but there it is. Let's go to round number 1, which is 10 and 10. You will face 10 multiple choice questions, 10 seconds to respond to each, A to D or 1 to 4 to the bot. Correct answers earn a point, incorrect answers cost a point, abstention costs nothing. So if you're wrong, you lose a point, but it does floor it at 0, so if you're on 0, you might as well attempt. If only one player gives the correct answer, bonus point is awarded to that player. At the end of the round, the player with the lowest score will be eliminated and score no points for the heat. 1 point if you come in third, 2 points if you come in second, and 4 points if you win. In the event the scores are tied, the player who spent longest answering in total this round will be eliminated. If you're playing in the lobby game, no penalties for wrong answers, so just attempt every question, you get 1 point for each, and then they will be added to the running total of points that you have got over the course of these heats. Good luck to you all. Let's play 10 and 10. And here we go, Quizface, Aaron, Colo and Mark. First question of the night. Or of the heat at any rate. $10 bills in the US feature a portrait of whom? Lincoln, Jefferson, Jackson, Hamilton. Two out of 4 getting it. Aaron and Mark off the marks, up to 1. The answer is D. Hamilton. Still plenty of time. Colo and Quizface yet to score. Grounded at 0, though, so no penalties for wrong answers if you're on 0. Question 2. Hamilton, London, Windsor and Victoria are among the 20 largest cities in which of these countries? United Kingdom, Canada, South Africa, USA. All 4 getting it right and glowing green. It's Canada. 2211. Canada was the answer. You may notice a theme starting to emerge. Question 3. Canada's Parliament's upper house features seats that are predominantly what colour? Purple, blue, green or red? Quizface attempting and going wrong, losing a point, dropping it back down to 0. The answer was D, red. None of the other players wanted to attempt this one. 2210 now. Australia's are outback red and eucalyptus green. Thank you very much, Jack. Red, black, white and pale are 4 colours of what in Christian eschatology? Crosses, stars, horses or rivers? Codo abstaining on this one. Quizface, Aaron and Mark all getting it right. Horses was the answer. I believe they're the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Death, pestilence, famine and war, I think. On we go, question 5. Horses of what age in years are typically considered adults, i.e. their growth has finished? 2, 1, 3 or 4? Oh, Aaron sneaking and answering, but it was the wrong one. Mark getting 2 points here. The answer was D4. Aaron losing a point, dropping back down to 2. Could have abstained and kept on 3 there, Aaron. Never mind. On we go. Question number 6. The halfway point. 4. 64, 24, 48, 16. Of course, 4 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which gives us 24. B was the right answer. Quizface abstaining on that one. 6, 3, 2 and 1. Mark with a strong advantage at the moment with 4 questions to go. Here's question number 7. No, that was deliberate, Jack. 24th of October 1945 marks whose birthday? Sylvester Stallone, the United Nations, Steven Spielberg, or the World Bank? Mark and Colo attempting. Mark and Colo correct. Moving up to 7 and 3. The answer was B, the UN, United Nations, formed 24th of October 1945. On we go. Question number 8. Have a look at this. The United Nations General Assembly passed a non-binding resolution in 2016 declaring what a human right? Television, a smartphone, electricity, internet. Quizface is first in. Colo's having a go. Both are correct. Colo denying Quizface the bonus point, but they both get the one. The answer was D, the internet. Internet. 7-4-3-2 with 2 questions to go. Mark's looking pretty comfortable at the moment. If he just wants to abstain for the rest of it, he'll probably be safe. Pretty close between the other 3. Internet slang for something praiseworthy. What word derives from a term for a particular form of cocaine? Stan, pog, based, yeet. Yeet! Quizface, Mark and Colo all having a go. Aaron sitting this one out. Mark getting this one wrong, dropping a point back to 6. Colo and Quizface again getting a point, moving up to 5 and 3 respectively. 6-5-3-3 with a single question to go. Tied between Aaron and Quizface. Let's see what happens. Last question. Based on current exchange rates, and I checked this afternoon, 50 Chinese yuan is worth approximately what in Canada? 1, 10, 100 or 50? This is Canadian dollars. No one attempting. The answer is B10, so it's going to come down to time. Is it going to be Quizface or Aaron who has spent more time answering? It's Aaron! Quizface survives, and Aaron, you have been eliminated. Yes, that tiebreak metric, I think we've only seen it once before, and that was a bit of a crazy moment because someone had gotten ahead on a 2-point question. But yes, it comes down to time if there is a tie. Quizface and Aaron both on 3, but Quizface spending less time in this round answering questions. So it is Aaron who takes a drop back into the studio. Timed out of the last 3 questions. Bad luck, it is going to be no points for this heat, and it is your final heat. So you are going to finish highest of 7, I believe, is where you were, which means I think you are unlikely to qualify based on the rules of the game. You do need to finish in the top 6 to get to a playoff, so that is going to be Aaron's farewell, unable to achieve in the playoffs now. But thank you very much, Aaron, for participating in this tournament. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and hope to see you in Season 7's tournament face-off. More that I'm sure I'll say about that a bit later on. But thank you very much, Aaron. And yes, it's 10 Canadian dollars and 20 cents at the moment to 50 Chinese yuan as of about 5:30 this afternoon. So, Quizface survives. 3 points. Colo on 5, Mark on 6. You all go through to round number 2. Let's go there now. Oh, before I do, let me just check the lobby scores. Toot finishing on 9, Jack 8, David, P5, Quizzle, Cetra all getting 7. So round 2 is Survivors. You will face up to 15 multiple choice questions, 10 seconds to respond to each, A to D or 1 to 4 to the bot as before. And as before in the lobby, no penalty for wrong answers, so you may as well attempt every question. Each incorrect player in this round loses a life. In the event all players are correct, no lives are lost unless sudden death mode is active. From question 9, sudden death mode will be active, and in the event all players are correct, then the slowest player will lose a life. The first player to exhaust 3 lives will be eliminated, and the remaining survivors will go through to the final. In the event more than one player exhausts their life simultaneously, as with round 1, the player who spent the longest answering in total this round will be eliminated. Good luck to the 3 survivors. Let's play Survivors. There are your 3, and yes, the eels are indeed coming back. I will probably say some more before we play Red Herrings. There are your 3 lives each. Good luck to you all. Here comes question number 1. Robot comes from a word for forced labour in what language? Czech, Croatian, Arabic, Polish. And I will remind you, abstention is treated as wrong for our hot seat players in this round. No drama there, all 3 correct. Czech was the answer, and all maintaining their 3 lives. So yes, abstentions will be treated as wrong here. On we go, question 2. From Greek for before the dog, to which genus of animals do raccoons belong? Procyon, Aconine, Assyrius, Prewoofer. Cole and Quizface both losing a life there. Mark getting the right answer. The answer was A, Procyon. Procyon. Of course, the customary raccoon question. On we go. Question 3. Canada gets its name from the Huron-Iroquois word for what? Land, river, village, or nation? All three are locked in. Only Quizface correct here. C, village was the answer. Mark and Colo losing a life. Colo now down to his last life. One more slip up and he will be eliminated. Question number 4. We'll get some drama music now. In Sonic the Hedgehog, what is Dr. Eggman Robotnik's first name? Ivo, Evo, Ovo, Avo. All three are locked in. And Colo's going with the wrong answer. It's A, Ivo, and Colo, not Covo, Colo, that is your last life and you've been eliminated. And it is just 4 questions in round 2 this week, and Colo eliminated from Colo. Yes, my bad. Too many V's up in the answer options there. Colo is eliminated in 3rd place. Will pick up a single point. Colo has, of course, got one more heat to play, and that is going to take him up to 9 points, which means he's going to be tied in 3rd with Mark and Claire. But of course, Mark now guaranteed at least 2 more points, which means he's going to be tied in 1st with Samster. Colo currently still in the running for the playoff stage, especially with that extra heat in hand, though he's got Derek in there who's got 2 in hand. There's Claire in there who I think has got 1 or 2 in hand. Mark as well has got another one after this as well. So could be very, very interesting. But it is Quizface and Mark who are going through to the final, both surviving with 2 lives. And at the end of that, Toot on 12, Quizzle and Cetra on 11, Cyclespace, David, Jack, P5 all on 9. So, I'm not sure who the controlling player is going to be. It's going to be the player who spent... I do know who it's going to be, I just don't know who it is. It's the player who spent least amount of time answering in that round will be in control. Mark was very quick off the draw there. I think it might be him by nose, but I don't know. I won't know until the arrow points at you, because I don't debug that. But Quizface and Mark, you are through to the final round. Let's go take a look. It's play or pass. You'll face up to 9 multiple choice questions. 10 seconds to respond to each A to D or 1 to 4 to the bot as before. Controlling player is shown a category and chooses whether to play or pass the question. The controlling player will alternate with each question, starting with the leading player from that round. Correct answers earn a point, incorrect answers earn your opponent a point, and the first player to reach 5 is declared the winner. Same rules in the lobby. Answer every question. 1 point if you're right, no penalty if you are wrong. Good luck to you both. Let's play round 3, play or pass. And it is going to be Mark starting in control. So Mark, you're going to have control of the board. You're shown the category, choose to play or pass based on that. Full answers required. I thought I'd debug the thing where it sends to the chat who's in control, but it's not working yet, and I forgot to go and fix that earlier on. So apologies for that. You just have to keep an eye on what's going on here. Mark, opening the game. The category is ice hockey. Play or pass? Mark, choose to play. And here's your question. Which number has been retired across the entire National Hockey League? 1, 69, 99, 42. Mark not wasting any time there. And finding the right answer, C, 99. It was Wayne Gretzky's number. Wayne Gretzky has now been retired across the whole of the NHL. Point to Mark. Quizface, you're in control of the category, which is math, or maths, if you're British. Play or pass? Passing right back to Mark, so Mark, another question here for you. Which of the Millennium Problems has been solved? Hodge conjecture, P versus NP, Birch and Swinnerton Dyer conjecture, Poincare conjecture. I'm going for C, not the right answer. Poincare conjecture. D is what we wanted. And good pass there from Quizface. It is 1 apiece. Mark, you are in control of category number 3, which is popular music years. Play or pass? And it's pass. Quizface, this question is for you. Take a look. In which year did Queen achieve their first UK #1 single? 75, 78, 72 or 81? Good pass from Mark. A, 1975. Quizface going for B. Not the right answer. And Mark, you've got another point. Good pass. Quizface, you're in control. Play or pass on the subject of artistic eras. And it's going to be a play from Quizface here. Here's your question. In which of these years was painter Caravaggio alive? 1500, 1550, 1650 or 1600? Lock in from Quizface. 50 years out, I'm afraid, died in 1610, so 1650 was not the right answer. The answer was D, 1600. It's 3-1 to Mark. Pressing the advantage in the first break of the final. Mark, you've got control, and the category is TV TLAs. Play or pass? It's another pass. Quizface's questions on you. Have a look at this. In these North American TV channels, which of the C words comes last alphabetically? CBS, CNN, ABC, QVC. Quizface locking in B with the nick of time. Not the right answer. It's QVC. I believe it stands for convenience. Convenience. I will double check that on my sheet in a minute. It's 4-1 to Mark. Quizface, you are in control, and the category is geography and comic books. Play or pass? It's going to be a play for the match. Which X-Men member is also known by a name shared with Canada's tallest mountain? Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Professor X. Quizface hanging on for another question. The answer is B, Wolverine, which is exactly what you have said. It's 4-2. Drama Sting is still on. Mark has got control of the board. Mount Logan, yeah. Indeed so. Healthy food is the category. Mark, play or pass? And it's going to be a play for the match then. Mark. Second of 4 match points. Which of these contains the most vitamin C per 100 grams? Brussels sprouts, broccoli, sweet potato or kale? Mark's in. With the wrong answer, it's D, kale. Mark going for sweet potatoes. It's now 4-3. Quizface staging a bit of a comeback here. Now in control of the arena. Third match point. Category is less healthy food. Play or pass? It's going to be a play. We've had healthy food, now less healthy food. According to the McDonald's UK website, which of these contains the fewest calories? Regular Oreo McFlurry, medium chocolate milkshake, crispy chicken and bacon salad, medium fries. Oh, in the nick of time! Quizface getting the right answer. It's a regular Oreo McFlurry. It is 4-all. And we are going to our 4th match point. The match will end after this question. We're going all the way to question 9. And Mark, for the 4th match point, you are in control. The category is country TLDs. Play or pass? Mark's choosing to play. Good luck. What is Tonga's top-level domain? .tg, .ta, .to, .tn. Mark's gone for .tg. That's not that. I believe that's Togo. The answer was .to. And Quizface, you have won, and Mark, you've been eliminated. Wowzers! What a turnaround that was. What an exciting finale as well. Beautiful questions from Riff, I have to say. Thank you very much. And unbelievable scenes here. The drama of this game and a turnaround. Quizface coming back from almost going out on in the first round to coming back from 4 match points in the final to take the victory from Mark, who's won at least 2, if not 3 of his previous games. I think 2, because I don't think anyone's won all of theirs so far. But unbelievable scenes, and a huge well done to Quizface there. Mark, commiserations. 4 match points was all there for the taking, but it came good for Quizface in the end, so very well paid. Tonga's Teal. I have got the... let me just get the notes up on that. So I only proofed this about 2 hours before I went live, so give me a sec. The Arena by Riff Raccoon. There we go. Let's go down to the top level domains. Tonga, yeah, .tn. TG is Togo. I beg your pardon. TO is whatever the question was asking. Tonga. .to. TN is Tunisia, TG is Togo, and TA is unclaimed. Maybe the nation of trivia could have it. Thank you very much again to Riff for this pack. On the calories one, McFlurry 258, the salad 311, the fries 337, and the milkshake 364. Milkshake actually the most. And on the channels question, it's the other one I want to check. CNN was cable, CBS Columbia, ABC Company, and QVC Convenience. I was right, it was Convenience. Aaron, it was a pleasure quizzing with some absolutely fantastic players. Thanks very much for having me in the tournament. A pleasure, Aaron. You've been a great contestant, and I'm sorry the journey does have to end here, but just mathematics means at this point I think it is impossible for you to progress. But it's been lovely having you here, and we'll see you in Face-Off. And at the end of that, in the lobby game, I hope we'll see you before Face-Off, Aaron, to be honest. But Toots leading the pack with 18, Quizzle taking 16 through, Cetra 13, David 12. Let's go have a look at that leaderboard. It is looking like at the moment, with only a handful of heats to go, how many more have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heats, because there won't be an audience game on the qualifying game here, so there's going to be 5, or maybe there will be 5, maybe 6. I haven't decided yet. With 5 to go, Toot, who is just playing for fun, and what I might do is convert all of these points into pennies at the end. Maybe, I don't know if that makes it a bit awkward with players who aren't able to earn these points. I'll think of something, but it's currently looking like Jack on 205, BC on 196, Cycle Space and Cetra tied on 160 at the moment. They would make up our fabulous 4, Jack, BC, Cycle Space and Cetra. That's going to be a match to be reckoned with. And that pack, I'm pretty sure, is being written by Lewis, I want to say. Let me have a look. I wrote it in the Discord earlier, actually, didn't I? Do I mean Lewis or do I mean Quizzle? I might mean Quizzle. I can't remember. I think I've got them both in, to be honest. Look in the folder. The folder will actually say, won't it? Quizzle and Toot. So the tournament qualifier is going to be written by Quizzle. The audience qualifier is going to be written by Toot. Yes, Toot. Toot is not going to be in that qualifier, BC. I believe has been written because I've got both of those packs already. So thank you very much as well to the question writers. Also, question writers, I haven't given you pennies for these, but because I didn't build it into the game. At the end, I will go in and manually add in all the pennies for all the packs you've written, so you'll be in for a bit of a windfall. Hello, Nunchucks. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Just in time to play some red herrings in just a second. Speaking of qualifiers, as Scorecount is saying, big qualifying event for Face-Off, which is going to be launching Season 7. If you want to take part in the second season of the Face-Off tournament, go to the Discord, check the announcements channel, and follow the link. I could probably give you a direct link to the application form and to the tournament rulebook, which you also need to read. So tournament rulebook is there, and then the application form if you want to take part in Face-Off the second. Application form is there. Oh, that's an L. I meant to put a colon, but there you go. That is going to be for Face-Off, which is going to be in Season 7, traversing the whole of Season 7, kicking off with the opening event. Lucy Porter endorsed second Face-Off tournament with us. Absolutely, yeah. Lucy Porter retweeted it the other day. So maybe going to bring some new players into the mix. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Those are the standings at the moment in the audience leaderboard. Let's take a look at the tournament leaderboard. Mark with a game to go, currently on 11, 2 points behind on a tiebreaker behind Samster. That's from questions answered in the first round, because that's always a fixed number. Samster just ahead at the moment, but how many games in hand has Samster got? Samster got 1 or 2. That's a very good question. Let me maximise that and zoom it out a bit so I can see everything. Sam's just with the 1 game in hand, and that's going to be played this Thursday, 10th of March. Sam's Day 5 heat is going to be taking place. So Sam's with 1 in hand, Mark with 1 in hand, and they're not playing each other in that game. Innes has got 2 games in hand, and actually Innes is going to be one of the last to finish because 2 games in hand, one on the 19th and one on the 24th. So Innes you may see Innes slip down the table a little bit, but he's got 2 games in hand until after I'm back from Iceland. So that's something to consider. Colo now with a single game in hand. In fact, let me just update the boards here. Colo getting a single point, Mark getting 2, Quizface getting 4 at the end of that. Just update it in Excel as well. Colo with the 1 game in hand, that's going to be played this Thursday, Colo's last game. So he's going to be looking for maximum points there, hopefully to take him up to 13. Claire has also just got the 1 game in hand, and that is going to be also on the 10th of March, currently on 9 points, just behind Colo there. Derek is going to be one to watch because Derek has still got 2 games in hand and has got a pretty impressive track record so far. Coming last in the first heat, but thereafter has not really dropped a beat, getting 4 points in day 2 and 4 points in day 3, and still with 2 games in hand. That could be Derek's still got the capacity to make it up to 16 points. Aaron, as we saw there, that is going to be Aaron's last appearance. So Aaron is now concluded with the tournament, finishing at the moment in 7th place. May change depending on how other players do. Lupine has still got the 1 game in hand after winning in day 4. I beg your pardon. Still got a game in hand on the 24th of March, so Lupine could still add some interest at the very top of the board. Shapes at the moment, 2 games in hand for Shapes, Saturday the 19th of March and Thursday the 10th. So first of Shapes' next ones will be this Thursday. Anonyman, sort of quietly sitting through the tournament here, currently with 5 points on the board, 1 game in hand for Anonyman on the 24th of March. And then we're getting into territory whereby... actually, no, Quizface. Has Quizface got another game? No, it's Quizface's last game. So Quizface, that's going to be your position there. But a nice victory to finish it on. It is based on the Icelandic night sky. It's exactly what it is, Shapes. Prugs. We're going to keep an eye on Prugs as well, because Prugs is one of the players with just a single game in hand. So again, could potentially make it up into the playoff territory. Riff, as we know, has got 2 games in hand, so definitely one to watch there. Riff, the capacity to get up to 12 and still top the leaderboard at the moment. Oni, just the 1 game in hand. Oni's 1 game in hand is going to be on the... Where are you, Oni? Where have you gone? 24th March, that's going to be one of the last heats. Likewise, Topper, just the 1 game in hand. No, beg pardon, Topper's got 2 games in hand. So again, Topper, the capacity still to get to the top, still potentially to get 11 points. And Dogfish as well, 2 games in hand, could still get 10. So there's still a lot of flex in these scores. These are by no means the final scores yet. So keep an eye on them, and we'll have to wait and see what happens over the remaining heats. But for now, that is going to be it from the arena. More arena on Thursday. The two of the regularly scheduled Thursday heats. It's going to be very interesting, those two, because I think they're going to make a big difference to the overall potential positions of players. But yeah, you have to join me on Thursday at 7 p.m. It's going to be my last stream for about 10 days because I'm going to Reykjavik on Sunday morning, but we're getting a hotel on the Saturday night, so there's no stream Saturday. So I'll be missing Saturday, next Tuesday, and the following Thursday, which is why we're rescheduling the arena around here. And then I will be back the following Saturday, so a week on Saturday, for a sort of relaunch party. We've got quite a few games prepared and planned for that. So, to finish off this night of fun on game night this evening, we've got a double pack of Red Herrings. First pack coming from Cycle Space with a bit of a theme to it, and a music round, and a picture round. And then we've got one from Oni as well. Very many thanks to Lewis for proofing the one from Cycle Space. I proofed the one from Oni. Both are looking like very, very tasty packs. Your wife wants some Alan Rickman. Okay. Well, I'll save it for the next game, but I'll do the outro in that voice, because it's very easy at the moment, because I don't have much voice. Anyway, that's it for the arena for now. I think this concludes the talking like Alan Rickman. I think that's a suitable amount. I will be back after the break for double Red Herrings. That's a very fun thing to say as Alan Rickman. Well done to Quizface. I'll be back in a moment. Bot spam attack notwithstanding, I will be back after the break with double red herrings. I do hope that you will join me for that. 2 really fun packs to look forward to. And if you've not played red herrings before, it's a good one to get your oar in for. Nice and fun, chill, friendly game, and hopefully the pennies will all right themselves. I've also just realised I've got a data written to drive debug log coming from the arena, which makes me think actually I am giving pennies out for authors. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, authors are getting 100 pennies for every pack, and that's happening automatically, so I actually don't need to worry about that at all. Hooray! Pog! Right! Stay right there. We will be right back with some red herrings fun in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back, and apparently we've come out of sync there, but never mind. Pyro Pygmy and Claire, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Hope you're both keeping well. And it is time for the game you voted your favourite in the poll of games that I did quite recently. Yes, it's red herrings and a double bill, no less. First one from Cyclespace, second one from Oni. Very grateful to both our writers and to my one of my proofers, Lewis, who proofed this first pack that we're going to be seeing from Cyclespace, which features both a music round and a picture round, but not at the same time. If you want to play... Oh, a great message, great big noise. Message from our sponsor, Proogs.
I forgot to resubscribe again. Thanks for the games.
You're most welcome, Prue. Thank you for that resubscription there. Don't worry about forgetting. Very grateful to you for the 13 months. Hope you are continuing to enjoy the stuff that we do here. And if you want to play some Red Herrings, type in the code.
Order!
I should make it make that noise when people join the lobby. That would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Pain. Order! Order!
Order pain.
Order!
It's the remix.
Order! Pain. Order! Order! Pain. Order!
Yeah, I'm going to stop doing that now. I'm going to stop doing my remix. I need to be able to hook it up to the piano so that I can do actual remixes. Something like that. Who ordered pain?
Order!
Bags you don't get a gavel in the House of Commons. There's only a judge in one of the courts who would have a gavel. So I think I've done the thing where medals will now be assigned automatically, so I don't have to use the app at all anymore, except for giving out pennies, which means I can make it take up significantly less space. To be honest, I could probably make it take up significantly less space anyway, now that I think about it. That's probably tomorrow's job. No, it's not, because I'm going to London tomorrow. Might be a Thursday job before I go away. But yeah, today I did the app online. So yeah, if you want to go check your pennies online, that's not the command for that. Oh, apparently I'm 56. You go to the website, stephanieshare.com/pennies, you will be able to see how many pennies you've got. And I've updated it to include the medal cabinet from the Hive and Money Box leaderboard and a few other bits and pieces. So do go check out how you're getting on if you follow that sort of thing. So this pack from Cyclespace, which has got a picture round and a music round, I'm hoping everything works, has been proved by Lewis, to whom I'm very grateful, along with Cyclespace. Last chance to join, 5 seconds. 7, 14, 21, 24 players in. Let's begin. Is the music round MIDI? No, it's not. I can confirm it's not. Round 1 is Baba Is You. Score count already approved. Good. Glad to hear. Are you in the game, Score? Are you playing? Are you just observing from a stately distance? Yes, there is a theme running through this game. But it's not going to be crippling if you are not particularly well versed on this particular subject, but which will become clear in a minute. Anyway, round 1, very simple. There are 12, sorry, no, they're not. There are 16 options around the screen. There are 12 questions that are going to be asked. The answer to each of the questions will be one of the things on the board. None of them will be repeated, but 4 of them will be red herrings and will never be used as a correct answer. So what you've got to do is whisper the letter that you think belongs to the correct answer to the bot. If you're right, you get a point. If you're wrong, you lose a point. No penalty for abstention. Additionally, there are 3 bonus questions secreted into this round, and if you give me a right answer on that, you will gain 3 points. But if you give me a wrong answer, you will lose 3 points. Very, very straightforward. So if you don't know and you don't want to guess, you can abstain with no penalty. Anyway, round 1, Baba Is You, and the options are... the options are Crash. Why are we Crash? Oh, you bloody numpty. I know why we are Crash, with huge apologies to everybody. Yeah, I've frozen. I've frozen with my arm in the air. We are Crash because me are fooled and me forget to load in tracks and pictures to array, because me is fooled. Very, very stupid thing to do. I flagged the boxes for round 1 is picture and round 2 is music, but then I forgot to actually add the files. Like a fool. Let me do that now. It hasn't got any textures to populate. It's not going to populate them, is it? No, it is not. So, trying again. Music round clips. There we go. Picture round clips. There we go. Right. Now they're loaded, hopefully it'll work, all being well. Should we try that again? Game is not you. Game is very much not me. How embarrassing. Game is reset. What is a computer? That's such a stupid rookie error to make. Of course it was going to do that if you don't feed it the populator things. Yeah, dead herrings. What it... I need my wave thing. You all need to come and join the lobby again. Papa is CPU. Right, yeah.
Order!
Thank you very much, chap. Type in the code again. I'm not doing a system restore, we'll just start again. So if anyone missed the lobby last time, you got an extra chance to get in now. There's 23, we had 24 last time, so there's 24. So they're good to go. Just I'll give it a few seconds just in case there's new people who've joined us. Just another 10 seconds or so. That is the number we had before, just in case anyone was away for the relaunch. Nope. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. It's still Baba as you. The rules are still the same, I'm not going to explain them again, and the options are... Wall, Baba, door, down, fall, open. Right, you, bolt, kiki, up, leaf, flag, left, key, shut. I will give you just a moment to have a look at these. Don't worry, I've not played Baba as you either, but I still managed to do quite well in this. Let me just read you the notes that have been left here by Cyclespace to share with you. And it is perfectly fair game in this. If you want to take a screenshot of something, if you want to take a screenshot of the images here and put them on another monitor or on a side or on a different device or something, that is perfectly fine. Yes, I keep meaning to play Baba as you. It's on the ever-extending to-do list of things that I want to do with puzzle games. So you can take a screenshot of this one, if you like. That's completely fine. And yes, A is wall, if anyone else's monitor is quite dark. It does say wall there. So this is a picture ad. All pictures are words from the game Baba Is You. Baba Is You is a puzzle game where a user can change the rules they play by. You cannot change the rules you play by in this game, but let's see how you get on. Round 1, Baba Is You. Screenshots are completely fine. Here we go. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. A Nissan electric vehicle. It's L, a Leaf, the Nissan Leaf. Good start for a lot of you there. Let's go on to question number 2. First word of a 2005 Christopher Tin soundtrack. It's the Baba Yetu from Civilization 4. Baba B was the answer. Well done if you did get that one. Bonus point at the end if you do manage to get all of them right. And speaking of bonuses, here's your first bonus question of the night. 3 points for a right answer here, -3 if you're wrong. Good luck. Sounds like Angela Rippon. Bit of a cryptic one there. It's A Wall. Angela Rippon voices the Wall on the UK game show The Wall. On we go. Question 4. Jamaican with twin boys St. Leo and Thunder. It's I Bolt. Bolt. Usain Bolt to be specific. Well done if you got that one. On we go. Oh, a second bonus question. They're coming thick and fast. 3 points if you're right here, -3 if you're wrong. Take a look. UK university with the most students. Open. The Open University. F was the answer we wanted. Plenty of points going up on the board here. Here's another question. G major or D sharp minor? For example. They are both keys. O key, G major, D sharp minor. Oh, that was quite nice. Question 7. 2009 movie featuring Paradise Falls. It's up. K up is what we wanted there. Well done if you got that. Onwards, question 8. Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2006. Correct answer is you. H-U was the answer. Aaron with the lead of 11 at the moment. On we go. Question 9. American football without tackling. Baba is flag. M, flag. Flag football. Instead of tackling, one removes a flag from a player's waist. Question 10. A pin in wrestling. Pin also known as a fall. E. Baba is fall. What we wanted there. This must be the last bonus question, I guess. Here we go. 3 points if you're right here, -3 if you're wrong. Take a look. When gamers press the D. You press the D, you go right on a WASD. A, you'll go left, but G, Baba is right on WASD directional pads. And final question, number 12. Drake wondered, do you love me? Sort of. It should technically be Kiki, but that's close enough. Phonetically plausible. Baba is J, Kiki, and the red herrings there. Door, down, left, and shut. And that is the end of round number 1. Well, that was a disaster. That's a good impression of not Boris Johnson, Gordon Brown. Well, that was a disaster. Remember when it was enough in politics to lose an election because you called somebody a bigoted woman? It's quite funny. I remember those days, 2010 politics. Anyway, moving on. That's the end of round 1. No bonuses going out in that round. Toot with the lead at the moment, 15. Samster a point behind, 14. Kono, Mark, and AB Me all on their tails on 13. Quizzle's got 12. Dogfish and Aaron both on 11. Good fun. Only a couple of people negative points there. You can't lose any more points from this point onwards, you'll be relieved to hear. Let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is called Civilization 6. In this round, it is the speed round. If you answer in the first 10 seconds, because this is a music round, answer in the first 10 seconds, you get 3 points. Next 10 seconds, you get 2 points. Last 10 seconds, you get 1 point. If you get the answer wrong, you are frozen out. You don't lose points, but you are frozen out of the next question. There are also 3 bonuses in this round, and you can be frozen out of a bonus, and you can be frozen out on a bonus. Bonuses will never be consecutive, first or last, but it's something to bear in mind because you don't want to get frozen out of those bonuses, because in this round, a bonus question is worth 5 points flat rate, no timer element attached to it. So on the regular questions, 3, 2, and 1, depending on how fast you answer. But a bonus question worth a standard rate of 5. This round is called Civilization 6, and this is a music round. So I'm going to reveal the answers first of all before I give you the blurb. So options are Maori, America, Hungary, Scotland, Australia, Russia, Arabia, Congo, Canada, Indonesia, Brazil, China, Mongolia, Germany, Korea, and Persia. This is a music round, which is why you get 30 seconds rather than 15. These are music clips taken from the game Civilization 6. Each piece of music is an excerpt of the background music while playing a certain civilization. Identify the civilization. Usually, and I will say this because if you haven't played the game, then you might be thinking, well, how am I going to have a clue on this? Usually there are identifying features such as folk songs and instruments to help. If you played it once, then you might have more of a chance. But actually, this is, to be honest, this is more of a music round than a video game round. So the advice that I was given from Lewis, who proved it, is to suggest to you, give it a couple of seconds to let the track really kick in, because some of them start quite similarly. So some of the bigger clues to the civilization may be a little later in the track, but of course the later you leave it, the fewer points you get. Good luck to you all. Round 2 is Civilization 6. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Which civilization is this? Few people picking this one up. Well done if you got it. It's H Congos, based on the Congolese folk song Banaha. Well done if you're able to discern that from there. Frozen out in orange. Question 2. Which civilization is this? You got that, just a few people. It's J. Indonesia uses the Indonesian genre gamelan. A couple of people frozen out here. Remember, none of the answers will be repeated. Which civilization is this? Bit of a trickier one there. That is O, Korea, based on traditional Korean folk song Arirang. Arirang. You thought it was Scotland. Let's go on, number 4. No bonuses yet. Which civilization is this? I don't know if you spotted that. A few more getting that. It is E, Australia. You got Didgeridoo at the start, followed by Waltzing Matilda, the Australian national anthem. Didn't even see Australia was an option. Number 5. Which civilization is this? You getting that one. It is G, Arabia, based on Talamar Ashku Garami, translated as long as I protest my love to you. Finally, we get a bonus question. 5 points flat rate for this one, if you give me a right answer. Have a listen. Which civilization is this? Famous for their throat singing there. That is Mongolia. M for Mongolia. Yes, bit of throat singing going on. Let's go on. Which civilization is this? Well done if you got this one. This is the one I had the hardest time nailing down. It's K Brazil, based on Brejeiro by Brazilian Ernesto Nazareth. Second bonus question of the round. 5 points flat for this. Clocks, timer rules are off. Which civilization is this? Well done, spotting the hacker chanting there from the Maori New Zealand love song Pokerakere Ana, followed by a Maori hacker. A was what we wanted. Which civilization is this? Question 9. Proves finally. There's your Scotland. D, Scotland, yeah, Scotland the Brave, there's what that's based on. There's one more bonus to come. Will it be this question or the next one? It'll be the next one. Which civilization is this? There's no repeats, so you can be mentally checking off answers after they've gone. A few more might get that one. It's N, Germany, based on the German folk song Ich hab die Nacht geträumt. I dreamed last night. Germany, what we're after there. Final bonus question of the round here then. 5 points for this. Which civilization is this? Only a few options left. More green lights cropping up there. That's C, Hungary, based on the Hungarian folk music Hej Dural Fuj Asgel. Only 5 options left to pick from on this last question. Which civilization is this? It is a good soundtrack, isn't it, Topper? That was Canada, I Canada, based on Vive la Canadienne, the French-Canadian patriotic song, followed by O Canada, the national anthem. The red herrings there were America, Russia, China and Persia, and that's the end of round number 2. Well, very interesting game that's done some very interesting things to the scores. Mrs. Flush is here, by the way, before I go through the scores. She's doing her waving thing. Aaron put up Russia for about 5 of 7. No, Russia not coming up at the moment, which is yeah. I'm not going near that at the moment. But yes, Mrs. Flush is here. Come to say hello. Are you all right? You sure? Good. I just realised I've got to update the title. It's saying all these things in the wrong order. I'm not saying the arena. Oh well. I shall update that when we get to the VOD. So, Oni now taking the lead with 33. Colo in joint second with, I think is that Pyro Pygmy? I press a button and it will show me ideal players.
Only connect red herrings. Sounds like a crossword clue.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe you should write a crossword clue.
Yeah, the answer will be teapot.
Only connect red herrings. Why is the answer teapot?
Because that's how crossword clues work.
Oh, okay.
Because they're stupid.
I have a chat with Dogfish, who's currently in tied second. Dogfish does a lot of crossword stuff.
Sorry, crossword people. I like a crossword myself. I can never do cryptics, and I find I get increasingly frustrated. Matchstick is turnaround, and the answer is spoon, and you're like, I don't know how this works.
Colo, Pyro, Pygmy and Dogfish in joint second on 27.
DVD Smith.
Raising the bar in third on 26. Samson's got 25 and P-Fired there on 24. That's the top row. French bread is a mood, 4 letters. Would that be roll? I don't know. Dogfish has told me the answers. Anyway, that's the end of round 2. Let's go to round number 3. Scorecount's going to be happy with this. Round 3 is Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney right here. Yeah.
Pain.
Flandry, welcome to the stream. There's a nice pain button for everyone who doesn't want to see Ace Attorney. So in this round, it's the accumulator round. So the more you answer consecutively correctly, the more points you get. The first one you get right is worth 1, the next is worth 2, the next is worth 3, and so on. If you get one wrong, you have to start rebuilding from 1 on the following question. If you abstain, it preserves your streak, but doesn't reset you. But of course, you don't get any points. So you can go 1 for the first, 2 for the second, abstain on the third. The next one, if you get it right, will be worth 3. So streaks more important, but abstentions not breaking the streaks. Round 3 is Ace Attorney. You'll notice the video game theme emerging here. The options are Lotta Hart, Clavier Gavin, April May, Winston Payne, Godot, or possibly Godot, Herlock Sholmes, Wendy Oldbag, Innie Minnie, or Innie Miney possibly, Luke Atme, Dick Gumshoe, Larry Butts, and Acro. I will say them again because sometimes saying them out loud will give you a new perspective. Lotta Hart, Clavier Gavin, April May, Winston Payne, Godot, or possibly Godot, Herlock Sholmes, Wendy Oldbag, Eenie Miney, Luke Atme, Dick Gumshoe, Larry Butts, and Acro.
I think I used to go to school with Dick Gumshoe.
Did you really?
I think so.
I wonder what he's doing now. And we may
Probably
find
a
out.
cobbler.
I did. What you need to do is identify the character in the Ace Attorney series of games based on the description. Even if you've not played the game, there is usually, these names are pretty punny. Pretty
Pain. Winston Payne.
Press the pain button. Yes, Winston.
Pain.
There we go. Yes, usually they're pretty punny, so even if you've not played the game, you should stand a chance. The clues have been very well thought out by Cyclespace. Should give you something of an in, even if you're not familiar with the game. I guess we'll find out. Obviously, no penalties for wrong answers other than breaking your streak. Everyone might as well attempt the first and last question, because it doesn't carry over to the next round. If you're blue, it means you're not on a streak. If it's purple, it means you are. Good luck, have fun. Round 3 is Ace Attorney.
Pain.
Here's question 1. A bit of an airhead, not really understanding the world around her. That's H, Eenie Meenie. A pun for Eenie Meenie Miny Mo. Well done if you got that, just a couple of people there. Question 2, has a tendency to be long-winded when ranting about how things were in her childhood.
I think I know that one.
You think you know that one?
I think I do.
What do you think it is? But
I
tell me in
can't tell
2, 1. What do you think it is?
I think it's G. Yes!
Yay! Well done, Mrs. Flush. And perfect full house. Oh, all but one. Hang on. I've got to read the questions. I can't stop this game.
I know.
Number 3. As a child, he gets into lots of mischief trying to be the centre of attention. Yeah, this is an auto-playing game. I can't just stop to chat in between questions.
No, that's fine. It was. I was just going. Actually, it's a story for the quiz and community. I nearly crashed my car today.
Really?
Yeah, I will.
You have to tell us that in a minute.
I will tell you guys.
Look at me. Look at me. I is what we're after there. As in look at me. Number 4, a prosecutor who is also a lead vocalist and guitarist for a rock band. Of course, it's Clavier Gavin. Clavier, obviously coming from the German for piano. Lots of purple. Lots of purple. Number 5, usually the first prosecutor in a game, he is quickly demoralised by holes in his evidence. Number 5. It was D. Winston Payne. Let's go on. Number 6. A former employee of the Very Big Circus. L. Acro, as in acrobat at the circus. On we go. A few more questions. Here's number 7. Secretary at Blue Corp, whose CEO is named Red White. Well, of course, April May. C. April May. Well done if you got that one. 2 more. Question 8. His surname completes the saying, when something smells, it's usually the what? When something smells, it's usually the Butts. Larry Butts is what we wanted there. K. Everyone purple. Here's your last question. A police detective from the Homicide Division. It was J. Dick Gumshoe. And let's reveal the 3 red herrings in that round. A lot of Hart, Godot and Herlock shows. And that is the end of round 3. Oh, P5 and Dogfish managing to pick up a 5-point bonus for getting a perfect round there. And they're going to cement their lead at the top. Do you want to tell us your car crash story before you pass out? Right.
Okay, so for those, so there's a radio show I listen to, and every drive way home, every day they have it's called Universally Challenged. It's a quiz and it's 5 questions, and they're usually pretty simple, but it's quite fun on the drive home to do them. And today, because it was International Women's Day, it was all women based. The second question was, which actress has been nominated for the most number of Oscars?
Which actress has been nominated for the most number of Oscars?
She said the most Oscar nominations, I think was how the clue
I mean, the obvious answer is Meryl Streep, but I imagine that's probably not right.
Well, it is.
Is it actually Meryl Streep?
The answer, it was Meryl Streep. And I was in my car screaming, and I was like, it's Meryl Streep! And they couldn't get it. No one could get it. And I was like, it's Meryl Streep, it's Meryl Streep. And they were saying, like, Judy Garland. They said Julie Andrews. And they were coming up with loads of it, and they didn't get it. Anyway, finally, somebody got the answer, and they...
Thank you for the raid, Quizzy Dan. I will address you properly in a minute. The boss is speaking.
Finally, they said, like, it's Meryl Streep, and I was so happy, and I fist punched so hard that I forgot I was about to go onto a roundabout, and I had to emergency stop before I crashed. I was very happy I got the answer right.
Well done.
Yes, I did. I nearly went into a roundabout.
You need to stop listening to Radio 4 if it's going to make you crash.
It's not Radio 4.
You said Radio 4?
Wave 105.
Oh, Wave 105. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
There we go.
Quizzy Dan, thank you very much for that raid there. We sold Ito. Did you really? Well, many congratulations. Thank you for that raid, and welcome to Aquasulis, Digital David, Meredith Music, Quizzy Dan, Thibaut Bear, Shaunahan, and M. Clemson. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us. You just joining us. Oh, you solved it. Oh, many pogs. Have a honk. And I'm now going to bring this back to... thank you very much for that raid. You're just in time for the final round of this first game of Red Herrings. We then have another game from Oni. So if you want to stick around and join us for that game of Red Herrings, then that will be kicking off in about 5 or 6 minutes' time. As it stands right now, Dogfish has the lead, P5 in second, Oni and Pyropygmy joint third, Quizzle in fourth, then Toot on 45 and DVD Smith on 43. It's a bit of a disparity between the top 2, and then there's a bit of a gap. But all of that could change as we go to the final round. The final round is called Mini Metro and completes our computer game theme for this round. Let me see if I've got anything to read to you here. I don't believe that I have. Everything will be explained, and in this round you need to submit exactly 6... blood pressure just spiked. You need to submit exactly 6 characters to the bot. For example, A, B, C, D, E, F. It must be exactly 6 with no repeats, nothing outside the range of A to P. And yes, exactly 6, and no repeats either, otherwise you will be marked as 0. The objective of the game is to find all 6 of the answers that fit the criteria that will be given to you at the top. And you've got 90 seconds to do that. The first person to find all 6 will get 50 points, the next gets 45, the next gets 40, and so on down the ranks. If you're wrong, you'll be frozen out for 5 seconds and you get a ping back from the bot telling you how many you did get right, which you can use to try and narrow down the ones that you think. It won't tell you which ones were right and which ones were wrong, but it will just tell you how many were correct. correct. As the round progresses, answers will gradually be removed from the grid, thus making it a little bit easier as the game progresses. I wish you all the very best of luck in this, the final round from Cyclespace. It's Mini Metro, and your options are Pierre et Marie Curie, Gare de Lyon, Concorde, Olympiads, Laurier, Oval, Place d'Italie, Temple, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Gare Lille Flandres, Convention, Marconi, Santana, New Donau, Alexandre Dumas, Garibaldi. Identify the 6 stations that are not on the Paris Metro network. Okay, coming up to 30 seconds. Seeing a couple of 4s creeping in at the moment. Not, it's a not question. 60 seconds to go now. No solves just yet. Keep pressing and guessing. It's not H. You can disregard H from your thoughts. It's not D. Disregard D from your thoughts. Maybe me up to a 4. Quizzle's up to a 4. Oh, Matt, raising the bar is now up to a 5. Colo's up to a 5 as well. Toot up to a 5. And the first solve comes from Shapes, getting 50 points, finding all 6. Very well played. Second comes from Raising the Bar, getting 45 points. Nicely done there. Well done there. 40 points available if you can solve now. It's not A, it's not K, it's not D, it's not H. 20 seconds left. It's not G. There's another solve. Jack Wilfred finding all 6, getting 40 points. Time for this if you're fast. It's not O. Any more for any more? 10 seconds. It's not B. Only a handful of answers left. Lots of 5s coming in now. 5 seconds. It's not I. Anyone else? Last second. One more guess if you got Colo getting 35. Innis getting 30. Lupine getting 25, and you're out of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 solves going on there. What's that done to the final scores? The answers were E, F, J, L, M, and N. Laurier, Oval, Gare Lille Flandres, Marconi, Santana, and New Donno, or however you pronounce it. Let's take a look at any citations to give you here. Laurier is in Montreal. Laurier was a Prime Minister of Canada. Gare Lille Flandres is in Lille, as one would expect. Santana is in Sao Paulo, and it means district of Sao Paulo. Or it's the district of Sao Paulo. New Donno is in Vienna. It means New Danube in German. Oval is in London on the Northern Line. And Marconi is in Rome. The Enrico Marconi is Italian. So those were the 6 we're after that are not on the line, or the others are on the Paris Metro. And at the end of that, my goodness, my gracious, my goodness, we have got clear winners in gold, silver and bronze. The bronze medal is going to go, I think that was Raising the Bar. Raising the Bar, first medal on the channel with 75 points, picks up 3rd. Dogfish with 77 picks up 2nd, but our winner with 87 points, our gold medalist tonight, 87 points, goes to We Like Shapes. Have a single honk, We Like Shapes. Very well played. You do take the gold medal, and I'm hoping that it will automatically add it on. I'm going to say, as you're having a good night tonight, Shapes, aren't you? Bronze in Big Break, plus the hot seat victory, and now a gold in Red Herrings. Great night for you. Let's just have a look at the board for... Can we see We Like Shapes on here? Have you got a medal here before? I feel you probably have. I can't see you, though. Oh, no, there you are. You're tied 6th with 2 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. So, if this is working, then this is going to be 3 gold medals for you, and we will check after the fact. Once I've rolled the credits, I would check and see if it's all working, and fingers crossed it is. Very well done to all of our players there, and points equal pennies in this game, so they will be automatically added on. And very many thanks to both Cyclespace for writing and to Lewis for proofing. I hope you had a good time with that pack. We are going to do one more very fast game of Red Herrings to end the night off, and it's a pack from Oni. And I do hope that you will join me for it. We'll be back after the break. It's going to get a little another drink because I'm feeling a little parched at the moment. Well played to all our players. Thanks again to Cyclespace and Lewis, and I will see you in a few minutes' time.
Order!
And don't go away, because right after this very short break, we'll be having one more game of Red Herrings, as written by Oni. I do hope you'll stick around to join it. Don't touch that dial, we'll be right back.
As you all squirm in the torrid pits of effluence that is this pack, take solace in the fact that I'm drinking champagne right now and you probably aren't. Happy 60th birthday to my dad. That's why.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Oni, and very many happy returns to your dad. Yes, I'm sure we will all take solace in that fact. Penny always picks the games to come to the office when she knows I can't cut to the big camera because I've got an in-game camera. So thank you, Oni, for those 100 bits right there. I have got a cat, a little tabby cat, who you'll only be able to see on Teeny Beanie Ice Traino Vision. She may come and oh, no, not that way, not that way. No, come on, this way. If you want to come to that, come this way. While I coax her on, you guys come and join the lobby, yeah? Come on, Penny. Come on, there's fish. Come see the herrings. Do you want to come see the red herrings? Why I, Ian? Why I? This is a Scouser pack. It's not. It's written by Oni, who is not quite from that far north. YI? No, is it Scouse? No, I'm not thinking Scouse, I'm thinking Geordie. Geordie is YI, isn't it? Scouse, yeah, sorry, my bad. Scouse is Liverpool, isn't it? Geordie is Newcastle. My best mate's a Geordie, he won't thank me for making that mistake. Hey, yo, you're so pretty. And you're stuck in here with me now because I've closed the door. Please don't hit me. Don't bite me. No. We are friends. We are friends, remember? Can I pet you? Can I pet you? No? Oh, good, you're going to be on the monitor. Well, that will be fine, I'm sure. YII is something else. More kitty punches. If I pick her up, she would not thank me for picking her up right now, so I'm not going to do that. Mainly because I haven't got the main camera on. Come join the lobby for this final pack of the night. Is Red Herrings, as written by Oni. We've got Avi, me, Claire, Quizzle, David, Topper, David, Prugs, Aaron, Toot, Innes, Colo, Lupine, Shapes, Dogfish, DNC, Cycle Space, Raising the Bar, Pyropygmy, Quiz Face, P-Fired, and name that I don't know, Bitter Otter, because there's no avatar there. Welcome to all 21 of you. Yeah, Kitty punches on camera, she does. Oh, and I checked the Penny database while during the break, and hooray for me, because everything does seem to have written correctly, so including the author, so the author gets added pennies automatically as well, which is lovely. I didn't want to open another bottle of wine, so I've moved to Southern Comfort and lemonade. Lemonade from the fridge. In my monostatic glass, it's like a Weeble. It just sort of rolls around. Yes, Bitter Otter? Did I say something? Did I say something unappealing? I can only apologise. I'm covered in shame. Right, let's get this game underway. With 22 of us, here we go. Round 1, let's go to the Aviary, or we just don't know. Rules are the same as before. 1 point for correct answers. Yes, I need that. I need to get that on the soundboard. 1 point for correct answers, minus 1 point for incorrect answers. No penalty for abstention. 3 bonus questions, which are worth plus 3 if right, but minus 3 if wrong. Quiz is bird. Yes, if we call back to the last game. 16 options, 12 questions, 4 red herrings, and those options are: cuckoo, eagle, kestrel, ostrich, anook, penguin, raven, seagull, emu, phoenix, goose, turkey, duck, parrot, kiwi, and chicken. Those are our options right there. I'm just going to load up my... Oh, no, don't want to close that one. I'm going to load up my pack with all my notes, just in case I need to refer to them at any point during the game. There we go, Red Herrings by Oni. Let's make this a little bigger so I can see it, and let's zoom out slightly so I can see it even more. Here we go, lovely stuff. Round 1, let's go to the Aviary, or we just don't know. Have fun. Here's question 1. A fan of Brighton and Hove Albion. I thought it was, I'm from that part of the world, so I happen to know that one despite not being a football fan. It's H. Seagull. Seagull is what we wanted there. Question 2. 3 strikes in a row. And it's a full house, all correct. It is a turkey, of course, in bowling. And we have got a cat. She's come to join me. I have to be very still. Question 3. The US's most populous state capital. Hello, Puss. Go back a bit, you might be able to see her. You see her tail. It is Phoenix, which I think is in Arizona. Well done if you got that one. Let's go on. Oh, and here's our first bonus question. 3 points if you're right on this one, but -3 if you're wrong. Take a look. Nest stealers that live in the world's worst clocks. They are the cuckoos, of course. A cuckoo. The cuckoo clock. That's not a cuckoo sound effect, but I can get one on there. Question 5. These Aussie birds could kick your dunny down. They are emus, which I always used to think were very small, but apparently that's kiwis. Emus are quite big. I is what we're after there. I don't know if you got that. Here's the second bonus question. And Polka Dots, welcome to the stream. Just in time for the Aussie question. Welcome, my dude. Hope you're well. One number 6 Scottish children's TV show that culminates in The Way of the Warrior. 3 points if you're right here, but -3 if you're wrong, so tread carefully. A few abstentions in there. The answer was G. Raven. Are you prepared? That's literally the only thing I remember from that show. I think I was a bit old for it when it first came out. Number 7, the bird that lays the largest eggs. B-squared quiz. Welcome on over. Popping in after the pub quiz. Good to have you here. Some post-pub quiz action. If you want to play along from the wings, that's all good. D, ostrich is the answer. Well done if you got that one. In fact, that was everybody there. Remember, a bonus couple of points if you get all of them right in this round. Number 8, somewhere between a birdie and an albatross. It's an eagle, which is a couple under par, 3 under par, I think, and an albatross is 4 under par, maybe? 3 under par? Number 9, it's a lovely morning in the village. It'd be a shame if a horrible one of these shows up. 2 under, thank you, Ernie. Moving on, the next one, which is a bonus question. Yes, goose was the answer. K, goose. Number 10, not actually a bird, but she sang Birds for the Netherlands at Eurovision 2013. Oh, bye, Penny. Have you had enough sits now? Anouk was the answer. E, well done if you got that one. You got it off, Penny. There you go, girl. Question number 11. A friend of Craig David in the TV series Bow Selector, or For a Knave in a 1968 novel. It's a Kestrel, C Kestrel. We've got 4 players possibly primed to get a bonus if they can get this question right. Quizzle proves Toot and Lupine. Typical East Midlander greeting, Ayo me. Hey up me duck. Duck is the right answer, or duck if you're going to speak properly. And let's reveal the red herrings. F penguin, N parrot, O kiwi, and P chicken. That's the end of round 1. 4 players getting the 2-point bonus for a perfect round, taking them up to 20 points. Very well played to Quizzle, Proogs, Toot and Lupine. Dogfish finishing on 17, Topper and Shapes and Aaron and Innes all on 16. And of all the things that I don't miss about the Midlands, people calling me Duck is probably up in the top 3. Yeah, because that is just the worst sort of pet name, Duck. So my nan, God rest her, she was used to call everyone Pet. Is that all right, Pet? And it's like, that's not much better. I get it's an affectation and it's you know, part of the where you are in the world, but you disagree, Quidso Steve. Each to their own. I've lived in the south too long, I guess. Anyway, that's the end of round 1. Those are the scores. Let's go on to round 2. Nominative determinism doesn't work is the name of round number 2. In this round, again, 16 options, 12 questions, 4 red herrings, which you want to avoid. None of the answers will be repeated, so mentally check them off once they have been revealed. In this round, you'll get 3 points if you answer in the first 5 seconds, 2 in the next 5 seconds, and 1 point if you answer in the last second. If you give me a wrong answer, you are frozen out of the next question, so do beware. You can't lose any more points at this stage. So, something to bear in mind is that there are also 3 bonus questions in this round, which are not timed, and you get 5 points no matter when you answer those questions. But you can be frozen out on a bonus question, and you can be frozen out of a bonus question. You want to avoid doing that because they're worth the most points, and they will never be consecutive first or last. Nominative determinism doesn't work, and the options are Glazer, Webber, Cartwright, Yeoman, Miller, Carpenter, Weaver, Cook, Cooper, Fisher, Bailey, Brewer, Hooper, Barber, Smith, and Abbott. People whose jobs don't fit their names. Yes. Thank you very much, Mark. I think we were there, but thank you for the confirmation. Nobody told Dev about this. Yeah, quite. It doesn't look like he's making an appearance here somehow. Anyway, that is the round. Those are the options. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Voice actress of Bart Simpson since 1987. It's C, Cartwright, as in Nancy Cartwright is what we're after there. Strong start for a lot of you. Orange if you're frozen out. Here's question number 2. The first US millionaire winner. A few people get that one. F, Carpenter. John Carpenter was the answer to that one. I think it was John Carpenter. Yeah, John Carpenter. First bonus question, bad luck here, David. You're frozen out of this bonus question. 5 points to everyone else if you can give me a right answer. Writer of Rutcher Chronicles and other romantic fiction novels. It's I, Cooper, as in Jilly. Jilly Cooper, what we're after there. Nobody frozen out of this, everyone back in. It's question 4. She has no authority at the Hanforth Parish Council. A number of times this has come up on this stream. Of course, it's Jackie Weaver, G. Weaver Jackie. In fact, it came up on Saturday. Number 5, 2020 Strictly Come Dancing winner, comedian and musician. I don't know if it's getting Bailey there, as in Bill. Bill Bailey, K is what we're after. Onwards and forwards to another bonus question. A flat rate of 5 if you give me a right answer here. Owned a general store on Sesame Street. It was M. Hooper. And this was Mr. Hooper, aka Howard Hooper. Topper and raising the bar, frozen out here of question 7. American composer of Adagio for Strings. Q. I don't know if you got this. It's Barber, Samuel Barber. I'll find the score in a minute and play it properly. Here's another bonus question for you. 5 points flat rate. No one's frozen out. Good luck. Australian Formula 1 driver from 2002 through 2013. Well, if you got that, it's B. Webber, as in Mark Webber. I don't know if you got that. And number 9, American businessman who formerly owned Manchester United. Anyone else? Playing it safe here. It's A. Glazer. Malcolm Glazer was the answer. 3 more questions in this round. Topper and Bitter Otter frozen out. Question 10. Commander of HMS Endeavour. Cook, as in Captain James. Captain James Cook. H was the answer there. Raising the bar, frozen out. Here's question 11. Australian Prime Minister from 2013 to 2015. It's Tony Abbott. P is what we're after there. Abbott. Well done if you got that one. Lupine frozen out of this last question then, and here it is. She was Princess Leia and also Peter Griffin's boss in Family Guy. Here's the late great Carrie Fisher, Jay Fisher. And yes, she played Angela in Family Guy. The red herrings are Yeoman, Miller, Brewer and Smith, and that is the end of round 2. And 2 with another perfect board there. 2, goodness me, yet to drop a question up to 59, bonus 3 points going out for that round for having the perfect score. I did promise you I'll just play the first few bars. Clash. That's actually quite a nice string sample on this piano, a slow string sample. I'll have to play that properly sometime. Sorry, I'm sight reading from an organ version. My hands aren't quite big enough to manage the pedal part as well. So, yes, Samuel Barb's Adagio for strings. 2, bloody hell, sorry, give me a minute. Oh my God. Yeah, anyway. Excuse me. 2 with the lead, 59. Quizzle in second with 50. Aaron and Shapes tied up in third with 44. Colo's got 42. Innes 41. And David and Lupine tied with 40 at the end of round 2. 2 having a very good game so far. Can he get a perfect game? We've never seen that before, but he's halfway towards it. Let's go on to round number 3. Round 3 is I'm never buying literature from wish.com again. Very quick overview of the rules in this round. It's the accumulator round, so the first question you get right will be worth buy it from 2.2. Buy it, what am I talking about? Get the first one right, you get 1 point. Second one right, you get 2. If you get one wrong, it breaks your streak and you have to start rebuilding from 1. If you abstain, it preserves your streak, though of course you don't get any points for it, so you can go 1, 2, abstain, the next one would be worth 3 points. If you manage to get all 9 questions, only 9 questions in this round, 12 options and 3 red herrings, we'll give you a bonus 5 points at the end for a perfect round, which means there's potentially 50 points up for grabs here. Yeah, that's all there is to it. The options for round 3, I'm never buying literature from which.com again, are Wuthering Heights, Emily Bronte, Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, Lord of the Flies, William Golding, Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, Of Mice and Men, John Steinbeck, Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell, Through the Looking Glass, Lewis Carroll, 1984, George Orwell, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Where the Wild Things Are, Maurice Sendak, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and Life of Pi by Jan Martel. Absolutely staple trivia books. What is going to happen with them? We will have to see. Oh, Shapes, you've been timed out for posting links. Apparently.
Pain.
I also need to bring you back to...
Order!
Stop posting links, Shapes. That's going to be my button. It's either that, I need to get a shame bell as well. But I don't want to to give the shame bell the wrong impression. I don't know how many done this. Well, I don't know what's on wish.com, but it's no secret, and this is Alex talking here, it's no secret that Alex doesn't know a whole lot about literature. That's Alex, question writer. He's also incredibly cheap. So he decided to buy a load of classic reading material on what he thought was a great deal. Turns out the books were cheap for a pretty obvious reason. See if you can work out what the books are, because he sure as hell can't. Shane Bell beat Pumbaa singing the Shame from the Lion King one. That would be good. I need that and the Game of Thrones Shane Bell. Yeah, those two. I'll get some Shane buttons on. So, thought of changing my name. Oh, what's in a name? And I got downhearted. How did it feel every time? Hey, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing grace. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. See what you've made me do when you start quoting songs at me that I know. You see what happens? Look what you did. See, it's saying, look what you've done. Don't get much Elton John from it. Well, to be fair, I do have an Elton John tribute act. I don't know if I'd mentioned that before. Yeah, you're all enablers. Apparently, I do quite a good Elton John impression. I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it afterwards, if anyone's still here. Now, here's Wonderwall. See if you can spot the thing that's going on with these questions. No, I'm not doing that one, Bruce. Innes, stop enabling. It doesn't really work on this piano. There's not enough. The action isn't fast enough. But yeah, that's Islami, or bits of Islami by Balakirov. Anyway, we want to get on with this round, so let's do that now. I Never Buy This is from Wish.com again, and this is very much a this is very much a make Ben say things round as well. So good luck, have fun. Here's question 1. Buzz deviation, yes, very much so. I am, and being bird, ensnares exert free human, I, independent, leave me, net, no, now, to which will with you. Solid start there. It's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I think that's one of the harder ones, to be fair. On we go, number 2. Controls, future, past, present, the, who. It's H, 1984 by George Orwell. Of course it is. Oh, it's a House of Games round. Nice. Adult and as at Bengal can castaways claim company few have in long Mr. None of Patel. C, so survived the tiger to very. I feel like I'm just reading James Joyce now. It just feels like run-on sentences. It was L, Life of Pi by Jan Martel. On we go, number 4. Again dreamt I last Mandalay night to went. I think it was he who controls something else. It's Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. K is what we wanted. Onwards. And cried, let Max now, rumpus start the wild. And now cried Max, let rumpus start the wild. Or something like that. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. J is what we wanted. Moving on. And dream grow love men, most never of revolution servitude, their two up will women. I don't know if you've spotted this one. It's Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Very good. On we go. Number 7. Am and beware, fearless, for I powerful therefore. Only you're going to get the Nobel Prize in Literature for this. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley was the answer. Onwards and forwards. As before believed breakfast impossible, I've many sick sometimes. Things why? It's Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. G is what we're after. And one more for your pleasure here. After all, another back. Day. Get him is all of something to tomorrow way. That one was Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, and the Red Herrings there, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, and that's the end of round 3. No perfect scores that round. What a lovely round that was. That was a lot of fun to do. I just wish there'd been more to read. Great round, and yes, all of the famous lines from the books, and they've been put into alphabetical order. Didn't want to tell you that in advance because it's much more fun this way. 50% correct, and then pretty evenly split between incorrect and abstention on that round. So a nicely balanced round. Knew all the quotes to mix them all up. That's the way it goes. Yeah, I was going to play Elton John, but not now. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, God. Yeah, this cold is starting to take a hold. God, flight to Reykjavik is going to be fun. Train to London tomorrow is going to be fun. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, Valakir of Islam, eh? Yeah. Yeah, so I have to play it slower on this piano, but it's really fun. Really fun piece. There was anything else I was going to do Elton John. I'll do that in a minute. Right, at the end of that round, Toot and Shapes are tied. Toot going to take another medal tonight, possibly. Taking the bronze in Big Break and the hot seat victory and gold in the first game, and poised to potentially take another gold in Red Herrings right now. Sneezy like Tuesday evening. Something like that. Claire currently in silver position on 67. Quizzle and Aaron currently tied in the bronze position on 65. Colo on 63 and Innes on 57 complete the top row. But all of that could change, as you know. Let's get to the final round. Do you do egg and chips is the final round. And in this round, as before, you need to whisper exactly 6 characters to Persephone's Twitch bot, a bit like that, but to the bot. No repeats, nothing outside of the range of A to P. Yes, you're going to ping back from the bot telling you how many you got right. You're looking for exactly 6. If you didn't get all 6, you'll be frozen out for 5 seconds and you'll get a message back from the bot telling you how many you did get right. First player to find all 6 gets 50 points, the next gets 45, the next gets 40, and so on. Gameplay continues until 10 players have answered, with the last getting 5, or you run out of time after 90 seconds. You're looking for the 6 answers that fit in with the category, whispering as a single string to the bot. Good luck to you all. The final round. Do you do egg and chips? And your options are 90 seconds, go. Sao Paulo, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Taipei, Brussels, Bordeaux, Valencia, Rome, Berlin, Nottingham, Zurich, Los Angeles, Osaka, Buenos Aires, Seoul, and Moscow. Identify the 6 cities which contain a 3-star restaurant in the current 2021 Michelin Guide. 15 seconds gone. DMC's up to a 4, Toot's up to a 4, Aaron to a 4, Innes up to 5 already. Still lots of time. The answers will gradually start to be revealed after the first 30 seconds. Coming up in 5 seconds' time. Innes dropping back to 4 from 5. So we can get rid of the K from your thoughts. It's not K. Whatever that was. P5's up to a 5. Cyberspace up to a 5 now. Shapes up to a 5. It's not E. Eliminate E from thoughts. AB Me first to solve, getting 50 points there. Very well played, AB Me. DMC's now up to 5. Lupin up to 5. There's another solve. Cyberspace getting all 6. 45 points. It's not A. Remove A from your thoughts. Topper's hit 5 now. Kodo's on 5. Lupin's still on 5. Shapes dropping back to 4. It's not N. Remove N from your thoughts. We got any more? We've got 2 solves so far. 20 seconds to go coming up now. It's not A, E, N, K, or F. 20 seconds now. Any more for any more? It's not G. Remove G from your thoughts. Last 10 seconds coming up. It's not J. There's a solve. Topper finding all 6, getting 40 points. Any more? 2 still stuck at 5. Couple more coming in there. Oh, lots more. DMC, Colo, Innes, all finding and solving for 35, 30, and 25. And that is time. Let's reorder the board and reveal the correct answers. Copenhagen, Taipei, Rome, Berlin, Osaka, and Seoul were the answers. Oh, Shapes, you were denied it at the last hurdle, and not another medal tonight, unfortunately. Copenhagen, Geranium since 2016. Noma is new for 2021. Osaka, Kashiwaya, and Taian, both since 2011, and Hajime since 2018. Seoul, Gawon, and Lyon, both since 2016. Rome, La Pergola since 2005. Berlin is Rutz since 2020, and Taipei, Le Palais since 2018. The Red Herrings have restaurants with 2 Michelin stars, but none with 3. And that is going to be the end of the game. And, Shapes and 2 knocked off the top slot, 72. Innis overtaken with 82, but not quite enough to eke out a medal. Topper just a single point ahead, managing to claim the bronze with 83. Colo grabbing the silver with 93, but a single solitary point separating him and AB Me, who wins the game with 94 points. And our gold medalist is AB Me, 208. Lo and behold, out of nowhere, AB Me comes and wins the gold medal. What film am I referencing? I'll give you 5 pennies if you can tell me. Lo and behold, out of nowhere, AB Me jumps from the middle of the table and takes the gold medal. Anyone know? Anyone know the film? I'll give you 10 pennies if you can tell me. No, not Lahain. Not Rocky, not Planet Earth. If I change what AB means, not a certain film, more in the right direction, I'll try it again. Lo and behold, out of nowhere, AB Me has the bright idea of selling your ass to the LeQuint Dickey Mining Colony. Or company, possibly. No, not Chariots of Fire. Not Henry Kelly, but a decade after Go for Gold. It's not an Irish accent. No, it's not Forrest Gump. Someone must know that, surely. I know you know. Mrs. Flush knows. No, it's not Philadelphia, not Schindler's List, not Star Trek Search for... There we go, now cut that out. There you go. You can have 10 pennies. Well done. Yeah, it's Django Unchained. And as a slave of the LeQuint Dickey Mining Company. Henceforth, till the day you die. That scene with Samuel L. Jackson is a good scene. No, we've solved it now. It's Django Unchained. It's Django Unchained was the answer. Have 10 pennies too. So, good game, and thank you very much to Oni for the question pack. Does anyone want to stay and hear me sing Elton John? Probably not. I can't imagine anyone does. Django Unchained is the one with the pod racing. That's right, Quizface, yeah. One with the pod race. Does anyone want to hear me sing Elton John at the end of the night? Elton John does. Watch me get the stream muted then. Nobody wants to. No one wants to do that. Mortal Kombat Django Unchained. I'd play that game / watch that film. Elton John in the style of Lad Baby. I'm going to ban you if you say anything so sacrilegious again. Mind you, that having been said, Elton John and Lad Baby, it's not without precedent, is it? The gibberish, I'm still standing. Yeah, probably can. What's that called? E. Do you remember what it's like? The blood right you with the fire. Let the bull let the die on you. Let the right opposite you not die that bad you do. Don't you know? I did that bit that empty. Look at that do the Bible. Feeling up a little kid. That did after all the time. Picking up the beat, da 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 dead. Yeah, I'm still dead. Yeah, something like that. He's out of bed again. Yeah. Elton John and style of Tchaikovsky. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that was pretty much what he did during lockdown. Plink, plink, plink. Anyway, that's not a true representation of what I can do about John. Thank you, B-Squad Quiz. And was that who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pin? Oh, they've been banned. Well, welcome. Welcome and bye. No.
Come on.
No, I don't need...
Very nice concert. Come on.
I know,
it's
right?
time to go back to bed. You've got to come and have your tablets
No.
now.
Apparently I need to go and have my tablets now.
Go back to bed. Yes, I'm sure it's a very nice concert.
No, I am Elton John.
Yes, of course you are.
Oh, that's not funny. We should make fun of things like that.
No, we shouldn't make
to be
fun
fair.
of things.
There's a
He's had
calm
a breakdown. Quiz
surrender
Face, he had a breakdown ages ago.
to the rush of day. When the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. Can I get the top F tonight? Oh, it's not far off. I've got a sore throat, to be fair. Can you feel the love tonight? Yeah, that's enough of that.
Can I
So we rolled him out of the room.
Dylan is trying to.
Oh, is he in bed? All right, I'll stop
Yeah.
that now. Right.
Dylan is trying
There we
to
go.
sleep at the moment.
Waving and smiling. Can you feel the love tonight?
Yeah, we don't have a wheelchair though. That's the only problem. So the
This is
effect
basically a
will
wheelchair, isn't it?
somewhat be lost because it is.
Oh, bye, everyone.
Yeah, and the chair's really heavy because you're not exactly the smallest person on the planet.
Thanks. We're not going to get past there because there's stuff in the way. I'm going to wrap up because everyone is leaving now. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Order!
Last.
Toot's got it.
We need to use Dylan's embedding she's on the piano above. You were all horrible to me. The singing hasn't driven me away, honest. Nisa. No, that's all good. I need sleep as well. We've got to go to London tomorrow. Watch QI being filmed. That'll be a laugh. Many thanks once again to everybody for taking part. To all our question writers this evening, for Riff in writing the arena, to Oni, and to Cycle Space for writing Red Herrings, and for coming to playing Big Break. I think Kolo's got a big hat in the ring on the Big Break question pack at the moment. Always welcoming a few more. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit crap at the moment with the sore throat, but I've had a good time tonight, and I hope you have as well. I'm going to be here Thursday for the arena, and then that's going to be it for about 10 days, because we're off to Reykjavik, and we're going to be wrapping up nice and warm as a result. So that'll be fun. And so Thursday for the arena at 7 p.m, after which I'm going to be dismantling the office, because actually while we're away, this room is being decorated. It's the last room in the house to be decorated. So when I come back, it will all be brilliant white walls, hopefully. And then we'll start doing some drawings on them, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe, if I have time.
Maybe. So I'll see you Thursday, but if not, Bash is back this week. Let's have a look. So 80_Bash. Laugh more than ages. Oh, thank you, Shays. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you very much. I'm glad you've had a good time. Bash is back tomorrow. I think he's doing Secret Fortune tomorrow night. Bash, are you doing Secret Fortune tonight? He's not listening to me at the moment. I think he might still be here. Is there a pupper?
Oh, well, he's tired.
A sleepy pupper.
We have been watching the depressing dog show, and Mummy and the small man got very cross and started crying because of one dog.
Oh dear. Is that the one I walked in on?
Or just now, the one that...
The one with the bulbous thing. No. Okay, tell me in a minute.
No.
Bash here on tomorrow with Secret Fortune and Winning Lines on Friday. I'm of course here with the arena on Thursday. Not going to be here Saturday because I'll be at a hotel just outside Gatwick. But Topper is going to be here on Sunday with some stuff. Rebound this Sunday from Topper. So do go give him a follow. If I can poke my head around the door and wave from Reykjavik, then I will do. But if not, I'll see you Thursday. And if I don't see you Thursday, then I will see you Saturday week, where we'll have the relaunch party. We've got loads planned for that Saturday. Just at a quick glance, let me see what is coming up there. There's the Answer Trap Blitz, we've got the Escape Artist, we've got Data Leap, we've got Risky Business, so it's a sort of quadruple bill of trivia fun, and we're going to keep it nice and light and fun, apart from the Escape Artist, which will probably be quite serious. Yes, lots of things to look forward to. Is there anyone to a raid at the end of the night? We've had a raid tonight. Can we pay it forward? Offline? Let's go to... Have you Supersonics playing Sonic 3? Go raid Mr. Bean Hot Tub. Let's raid Mr. Bean Hot Tub, because that's just sort of memey. We're going to raid Mr. Bean Hot Tub, so if you're at a loose end, we'll have some Mr. Bean to watch. Medals should be assigned automatically, as will author pennies and pennies in the lobby. Points equal pennies for everyone who played. Thank you all very much for joining me. You've been watching Game Night on Tuesday the 8th of March. Until next time, hopefully Thursday, but if not, Saturday week, I've been Royal Flush. Do take care of yourselves out there. Take care. Peace out. And good night. We need a raid message. What's the raid message going to be? We're going to raid Mr. Bean Hot Tub. 2.2, I think. Yeah, gotta be. 2.2. Hey, here's message this. Right, that's going to be it. Enjoy the credits. Raid message is 2.2.